it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Better nice, I'm looking at the camera. Heading on, good, good, good. Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me, and you noticed by now, or at least you should. For those of you that are new to this channel, I want to welcome you as well. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. And the name of this wonderful channel is Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. I'm out here in Knoxville, Tennessee, specifically at Bootlegger Harley-Davidson. So first and foremost, I want to shout them out, and I want to thank them for once again allowing me to use their range to do a practice session. Speaking of a practice session, I want to welcome you guys to practice session number 135. Cloudy here today, but this is all going to clear up. And let me tell you something, man. Originally, I'm here for Traveling Tall's Run to the Hills 5. If you haven't been to that event, you definitely want to come out to one. It's Run to the Hills 5 because this is the 5th year doing it. And the good thing about it is, yeah, it's a lot of motorcycles, right? A lot of motorcycles. But the good thing about it is once you come here and you do it once or even twice, when you come back, you don't have to go on that main ride with all of those people. You can kind of go on your own and do your own things and ride these beautiful roads out here. But before the ride, when everybody meets and we gather and we fellowship and we, that's just great. The ride's good, but it's always about the people with me. And so I definitely appreciated it. So stay tuned for Run to the Hill 6, guys. You don't want to miss that. It's great, guys. It really is. It's a great time. And I don't know anybody that does it that doesn't agree. All right, right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And we usually always leave. Tall will throw something different in, a little here, a little there. But for the most part, we're going to ride on the same roads because, why would you change them? They're beautiful. And I remember Tall was telling me he was thinking about, maybe changing stuff up. And I told him this was like 5 years ago. Dude, this is your backyard. So I understand why you might think, But if somebody's going to come here every year, trust me, they're going to want to ride those same roads. So anyway, that's what I'm doing out here, guys. And then Sunday is usually a practice session. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm looking forward to that, guys. And if you're not familiar with what the practice sessions are, there's 9 exercises that I have out here and a bonus. And basically this channel is about positivity and helping people to really get comfortable riding their motorcycle, no matter what kind of motorcycle they ride. It's important that I say that because the rules don't change. There's no negativity on this channel. There's no arrogance. There's no judgment. It's an each one teach one environment, guys. So you come out here, you practice, watch the video so that you have a better understanding of what you should be practicing. And then we go on from there. This is a process. We all learn differently. So we're going to talk about all of that today and the things that go into all of this and the things that are holding us back. Let me tell you something, guys. It's not rocket science. We all share the same issues in common. All of us, period. All right? It's just levels. It's levels to everything. All right, guys? All right, so when the preloaders and V.I.Preloaders get here, I'm going to talk to them, find out their names, where they're from, what they're riding, how long they've been riding, more important to me, how long they've been practicing slow speed riding, and what they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed maneuvers. We'll see if I have somebody here that's never been here before. A lot of people don't really know how to rate themselves, and that's not a problem at all. We work it out. At the end of the day, I'll ask them again, see if there's any change in that number, and that's always for them. The numbers are for them. I don't give people numbers. I don't rate people. I will let you know if you're sandbagging, though, because there are some sandbaggers out here. All right, guys? Love you. Let's do it. All right, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
David Arrington.
Where you from, Dave?
Eden, North Carolina.
How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
35-ish years or so now. I can't remember. I done lost track.
What are you riding today?
2014 Street Glide.
What else you got in that trailer?
I've got my CVOST in there as well, and it has 2019 Tri-Glide.
What color is the ST?
It's the Raven Black.
Yeah. Okay. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
This is like 4 years now.
Yeah, and you're a rider coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And if you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
I think we left off the last time at 7.8.
7.8. I. Good to see you again, brother. And
Good
thank
to
you
see
for
you.
everything. Thank you for everything.
Thank
man.
you.
All right. What's your name?
Brian,
Where you from, Brian?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
Full time, 5-6 years.
What are you riding today?
21 Street Glide.
Nice. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
5 or 6 years. Since
Okay.
You know,
That's good.
so
If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10
probably
being the
around a
best?
3.
Three?
I can't do lefts.
They're more difficult. You could do them though.
Yeah, I can do them. Just
Yeah.
think it's 20 acres. But
Okay.
yeah.
Good to see you again, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your name?
George,
Where you from, George?
Tennessee.
Oh, perfect. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
1.5 years.
What are you riding today?
16 road glide.
Nice. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Well, when I met Brian, he told me about your YouTube.
Yeah.
So I started doing a little bit.
Good.
So,
Good.
So
That's always important, guys. I always say if you got a friend that rides and they don't, if you know they don't practice and you don't share this channel with them, you don't really care about it. That's what I say, you know.
yeah.
If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
0.
0.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, brother.
That was me.
I'll take that. What's your name?
Shane Malone,
Where you from, Shane?
Tell City, Indiana.
How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
15 years.
And what are you riding today?
2012 Ultra Limited.
Nice. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
Not long enough.
Okay, okay.
But since I found your channel about 6 months ago,
Okay, perfect. If you had to give yourself a rating, 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
2.
Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Nice.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, what's your name?
Ed Densmore. Ed Densmore.
Where you from, Ed?
Ball Ground, Georgia, a little bit
Okay.
north of Atlanta.
Oh, okay. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
Pretty much all my life.
What are you riding today?
I got a 22 Road Glide Limited.
Okay. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
So I've been practicing true slow speed riding for about a year or so,
Okay.
but by myself. So it's hard to critique yourself.
Absolutely. I
you know?
understand.
So
I understand.
you think you're doing something, but you can't really see.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
been following you for a while and finally got linked up to be able to make it work.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Absolutely.
If you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10 slow speed, what would you give yourself?
About a 5.
5 is not bad at all, brother. It's not. It's actually good.
Well, you'll be the judge.
All right, guys, we're going to get started. 1 through 9 and a bonus. Let's do it. All right, good morning. Welcome to practice session number
I'm guessing 133.
133. That was Illinois. 135. Practice session number 135. Is everybody familiar with the push-up penalty?
Yep.
Okay. Just to be clear, it's voluntary, right? You don't have to do the push-ups. And if you never do them, that's fine. But it's all about accountability. We're trying to break bad habits and stuff like that. If you touch the front brake, oh no, he's not in this session today. If you touch that front brake today while you're in the middle of a slow speed maneuver, that's a 10 push-up penalty. We also are not going to be duck walking today. That's the plan. 1 foot or 2. So if your foot touches the ground while the bike's moving, that's 10 for every time it touches. 20, 30, 40, okay?
Be strong.
If you, anybody have any ailments? Bad knees, bad hips, bad feet, nothing? Okay, good. Because if you have like my buddy John Curtis, he's a V.I.Preloader, he just left. His foot is injured. So every time he puts that right foot down, it's 20 push-ups for each time he puts it down, right? Because that's how we get hurt, putting our feet down, okay? All right, now, first and foremost, guys, anybody nervous? Okay, good. Totally normal. I usually ask that question because I'm checking for egos. Leave them here, all right? We're here to learn. We're going to have some fun. I'm guaranteeing you're going to leave here with more confidence than you got here. How much confidence? That depends because we're all different. But please don't leave here today and just be like, when's Robert doing another one? See you next year. Like you gotta practice. It's so perishable. Secondly, your goal here today is not to get everything, right? I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen. Anything's possible. But the goal is A, like I said, to raise your confidence, but B, and more importantly, to be able to gauge exactly what you need to work on, right? So I have 9 exercises out here and a bonus. You do not have to do all 9 exercises. I want to make that very clear. And I will even say to you, listen, I advise you to sit this one out. But I'm not telling you you can't do it. So if you go, I got this, Rob, go right ahead. But These numbered exercises, I didn't just put it together haphazardly. They're numbered for a reason. They all build on each other. And so if you're struggling with one thing, that's not to say you can't do the other thing, but the odds are it's going to be a lot more difficult, okay? All right, with all that being said, what we're going to be doing out here today, guys. Now, some people asked me, they were concerned. They said, this says advanced slow speed riding. Is it, I think I'm fairly new. Is it too advanced for me? So let's be clear. I only put advanced on it because what's the percentage of motorcycle riders that don't really know how to operate a motorcycle?
Pretty high. Pretty high.
Pretty high?
90% probably.
98% of motorcycle riders really don't know how to operate a motorcycle properly, right? And so with a number that's staggeringly high, I don't want anybody to feel embarrassed about anything out here today. We don't do that here anyway. All positivity, no arrogance, no judgment. But even if that weren't the case, if the number that high, if you can't do it, the odds are the person to the left and to the right of you can't do it either. That's why group rides terrify me, because I know the numbers, right? I'm looking at the duck walkers. And duck walking doesn't seem like a big deal because 98% of people do it. If 98% of people do anything, that's going to be the norm, right? So, but it's not. And what we're going to be doing out here, the problem is most motorcycle riders look at this as unnecessary, it's extra. I don't need to know how to do this. It's because nobody wants to date their motorcycle. Everybody just buys a bike and they get married. They never date it, so they don't know anything about it. I used to call motorcycle riders irresponsible. I don't do that anymore because they just don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. So the person that says, I've been riding 35 years and I never dropped my bike, if they say that to me, they're telling on themselves. I know for a fact, if you've never dropped, I'm not talking about it tips over. I'm talking about you're actually trying to practice. If you're really trying to learn how to ride a bike, it's going to fall, right? Period. Is everybody's bike here? Yeah, I think it is, Warren. Everybody's bike is protected. Perfect. Hold up. You don't have saddlebag guards. You going to take the bag? Oh, you do?
Yeah. It's kind of like the ones you got there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see them. They're blue. Okay. Yeah, okay, good. So everybody's bike's protected. If your motorcycle drops today, it's par for the course, right? But what I'm going to ask you to do is not put your foot down. Now, I'm going to ask you to do that. Good luck. Because we're facing three things out here today. Bad habits. I ask you all how long you've been riding. The longer you've been riding, the more time you have to develop them. Instincts. They've been around as long as you've been living. And lastly, fear. That's the number one thing, guys, that we're all fighting out here. Fear. So anytime, like who say, I don't like to make left turns? It was you, right? That just means that when he goes to make a left turn, the fear is higher because he feels what he doesn't want to feel. What are you concerned about riding at slow speeds?
The right.
Generally speaking, not specific. Generally speaking,
U-turn. Right side.
what are you concerned about riding at slow speeds?
U-turns.
Stopping with the wife on your back.
Just my left turn. I think I'm pretty proficient everywhere else. U-turns.
Okay, so the answer, what am I looking for, Dave? What's the main thing we're worried about riding? Yes, dropping the bike. That's the main thing we're worried about. So anything that we do on the motorcycle, it's always going to boil down to that feeling. And so what we're going to be doing out here today is normalizing that feeling. That's what we have to do because that's the only thing holding you back. If you can do one thing and you can't do the other, what's the issue? Fear. Man, it consumes us. So we're going to be in our feelings today. I tell everybody that. The first thing is that feeling of fear. We have to meet it head on. And then the last thing is what you physically feel on that motorcycle, because what you feel is going to determine what you do. Now, what you do, that's what's going to change out here today. Because what people normally do is, I feel, oh shit, foot, stop. Everything is brake, feet. But we're going to do the opposite of that. That's the plan, right? Now, let me preface this by saying everything I'm asking you guys to do, I'm not expecting you to do it. That's why my patience is so easy to have. My expectations are very low, right? Because this is just human nature. Guys, when I got into the NYPD Highway Patrol, I never rode a motorcycle in my life. So they taught me how to ride a motorcycle. And man, I tell you, for those first 4 days, it's a 2-week course. But I had pressure. You guys don't have any pressure. If you don't get it today, just keep practicing. You'll get it. That's the good news about this. It's inevitable, not rocket science. But I had to get this in a certain amount of time, or they were going to say, all right, go back to your command. And so I don't care what they were saying to me. Shit, I wish they were teaching the way I do. It would have helped me out a lot. but I just couldn't get my brain to do what they were telling me to do. And so that's where the frustration is going to start to come in for you guys. But I'm going to ask you, be patient with yourselves. That's why I ask everybody how long you've been practicing. If you haven't been practicing regularly, you are where you should be, right? But we have to build some muscle memory, and that's what the practice is about, okay? All right, if you guys have any questions, definitely ask them. No such thing as a stupid question, okay? All right, so I like to start with this because this is the bread and butter. I'm gonna get your names by at least exercise number 5, I hope. Tell me your name again. Matt. Ed. Shane. Brian. You have to f it up, 2 syllables. George. Okay. Matt, what keeps the motorcycle up at slow speeds?
Sufficient power to the back wheel.
Sufficient power to the rear wheel. That's the answer, guys. Sufficient power. Remember that word, sufficient. It's super important. With sufficient power on the rear wheel, what does the bike want to do? Stand up, go straight. Remember those words. With insufficient power, what does it want to do? See how easy this is? And so, if anytime we're doing something, why are you all the way over there? Oh, okay. But you can feel free to come sit down if you want. Anything that we're doing on the bike, that's what I want you guys to remember. If you feel something, do something. And we're going to talk about what you should be doing. You got to provide sufficient power. So here's the scenario. I'm on my motorcycle. This happens all of the time. I'm on my motorcycle and I get ready to move the bike. And my intention is to go straight. And as soon as I start moving, my handlebars start turning. What's happening to the bike?
Starting to fall.
That's right. That's the beginning of a fall. Are we clear about that? Yeah. So when does your bike want to fall the most? Yeah, well, actually, that's actually correct.
Stops and starts.
Yeah, that's right. The very beginning of a start and the very end of a stop. That's when it wants to fall the most. So make no mistake about it. Between 1 and 10 miles per hour, it always wants to fall. The only thing keeping it up is us. But if I'm going 10 miles per hour, I still have a little bit where I'm good. The slower I go, the more it wants to fall. And so that's why I need to do something when I start feeling this. If I correct that feeling, as soon as I feel it, it stays a small movement. Everything we're doing on the bike today, the movement should be small, smooth. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for small inputs into the motorcycle. Now, this is true fast or slow. Who rode in Run to the Hills 5? You did. Okay, you did. So we're riding. Have you guys ridden on the roads here? Well, you rode here. So we're on these windy roads. If I'm on a windy road and I see a turn coming up, if I negotiate that turn properly by turning early enough, that's how much I'm turning my bars. If I'm late, now I have to do this. So big movements happen when we wait too late to do something, fast and slow, right? And so slow, it's just a matter of us being consumed by fear. But that's what I mean. Once we can get past that, anytime who's seen me on the bike and just kind of like sitting still and just moving like that, all I'm doing is waiting until I feel fear and giving power and taking it back. So speaking of that, that's what we're going to be doing today a lot. We're going to be very stingy. I can't say we're stingy because we're going to give, but we're going to take right back. We're going to be open and closing the clutch. Open, close. That's what I call it. All right? All right. Let's go through some. I just want to see where everybody is because some people watch, but then some people watch and it turns out, oh, the TV's just on. I'm doing other shit, so I'm not really paying attention. All right? Who does not know what the 5 stages of the friction zone are? Does not know. Everybody knows what the 5 stages of the friction zone is. Great. Who doesn't know what the friction zone is? Beautiful. Who doesn't know what preload and keep it loaded means? Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, man, it just makes everything easier. Who doesn't know what 2 to 1 is? If I say 2 to 1, who doesn't know what that means? Okay. But you know what the 5 stages of the friction zone are? Okay. That's 2 to 1. That's what that is. We're going to talk about that because 2 to 1 or 2 to 0 or 1 to 0, any of that, all of that's open close. Like I said, we're always going to be giving and taking. And so, now that you have that knowledge, if I do go to move my motorcycle, 5 steps before you move the motorcycle. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows that. Yeah, don't be bashful. This happens all the time. People are like, what's always step number 1 before you move the motorcycle?
Make sure it's in gear.
Make sure it's in first gear. That's right. Step 2?
Put on the rear brake.
Cover the rear brake. Everybody knows what that means. Cover, not hover. Rest your foot on it. It's not going to apply to brake. Step number 3?
Preload and keep it loaded.
And keep it loaded, guys. It's so important. Step number 4. 4.
Slowly release your hand into the friction zone.
Slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. And then step number 5, as soon as that bike starts to move, pick your left foot up, straight up. Now, let's go back to step number 4. Because, again, when does the motorcycle want to fall the most? The very beginning of a start, the very end of a stop. So when people listen to Robert say, step number 4, slowly release the clutch. Okay. So they slowly release the clutch to stage 1 of the friction zone. And then as soon as they do that, the bike starts falling and they go, shh. So the thing that they don't like, which is falling, they feel it right away. So 5 stages of the friction zone. If I got the clutch pulled all the way in, do I have power? That's right, so 0. The more I open my clutch, the closer I'm going to get to stage 1. Now, stage 1 is going to be different on all of our bikes. Some of us have cable clutches, some of us have hydraulic clutches. Some of us have cable clutches, but they prefer the clutch to grab very close to the grip. So they've adjusted it that way. The point is, once you get to 1, after that, it's pretty much the same on every motorcycle. Again, it's not a lot of space at all because all of our movements are small. And so what I want to tell you is, I want you to, before you start any slow speed maneuver, open the clutch until you feel the bike start to move. That's 1. Then pull it right before that. So I don't want you to start from the grip. I want you to start from there. Because now, when we're doing this stuff, when you feel that, uh-oh, that's it. That's all you need to do instead of trying to come from the grip and find it. Because if you feel your bike falling and now you're trying to find it, by the time you get to 1, now it's not going to be sufficient anymore. It's leaned over too much. So that's why that word sufficient power is so important. So if I'm right here, as soon as I feel it, correct it. Correct it. But when I correct it, depending on what I'm doing, when I correct it, meaning I'm going to go to 2 and I'm going to come right back to 1. The problem with most motorcycle riders is if they go to 2, they stay in 2. And that's why everything is so wide. It's too much power. And we don't need that, right? We just need sufficient power. That's all we need. So what we're going to learn out here also today is you get a lot without giving a lot. You don't, as long as you do it right away, all right? Right when you need it, okay? Who doesn't know what drop and catch and throw and catch is? You don't know what that is. Okay. But you know, who doesn't know what trust and believe is? Okay, perfect. Drop and catch and throw and catch, all that is trust and believe, right? And sometimes what's going to happen, usually it's in exercise number 4, is again, when you need to make a turn from a stop, sometimes people open up the clutch too much. And even if they have the bars turned like this, if you open the clutch up too much, what does it always want to do with power? It wants to go straight. And so if you want to make sure that the bike is going to go in that direction, and listen to the cadence, drop catch. You pick this foot up and let the bike drop that much and then catch it with the clutch. That's how you make sure the bike's going to go that way. Now, usually making left turns is not a big deal because if you have your left foot down, the bike's already leaned a little bit to that way anyway. Right turns are where people have difficulty. So that would be a throw and catch. So if I'm going to do a throw and catch, what am I throwing the bike with? That's right. Head and eyes. And again, everything is slight. That's all I need to do. Let's keep in mind, we're on 2 wheels. And so how relevant is your balance, not you? How relevant is your balance to keep the bike up at slow speeds? 100's a lot, 50's in the middle, 0's none.
Slow speeds?
Yeah. Give me a number. 100, 50, 0.
100. Probably 75.
75.
0.
0.
50.
50.
Say
38. 50.
0. Hey, Ken, how relevant is your balance to keep the bike up at slow speeds? How relevant is your balance to keep the bike up at slow speeds? 0. What keeps the bike up at slow speeds? Sufficient power. We talked about that, right? Your balance is irrelevant. Irrelevant. So when people say, I lost my balance, no, you didn't lose your balance. We're not trying to balance these bikes because that ain't going to work out, right? Power is what keeps the bike up. So if we feel the bike falling out of balance, give it power. It always wants to stand up, right? And so that's the answer anytime you feel that. So, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on the bike, and I'm going to go around in a circle. I'm going to keep the bike straight up. Straight up. I'm going to be in stage 2 of the friction zone, and I'm going to be dragging my rear brake. And then I'm going to go into a lean. In order for me to lean, what do I need to add?
Power.
Speed. Yeah, I need speed. How am I going to get that speed?
Release the full brake.
You said clutch? Yeah, it could be either one of those. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my clutch at stage 2. I'm just going to come off the brake a little bit. Allow me to lean. I'm going to hold it there, I'm even going to bring the bike to a complete, I'm going to come back straight up, which means I have to add more brake, still going around, and then I'm going to come to a stop while the bike is, keep my feet up. I'm just going to be going very slowly, clutch still in the same spot. And then when I come to a stop, friction brake, who doesn't know what friction brake is? Oh, beautiful. Friction brake, friction brake, friction brake, friction brake. Bing! That's how I want your foot coming down today. Either like that or heel toe. And if you got on Indy Ridge boots, definitely, I want it smooth because I'm going to zoom in on the boots. Because that's a controlled stop. If you're stopping your motorcycle any other way, and in that moment, you were not in control, right? We shouldn't be stopping like this, right? Or definitely not like that, grabbing the front brake, diving the suspension. None of that's controlled. All of that's fine when the ground's like this. But if you get a little bit of gravel, if one thing doesn't go as planned, that's when you have a problem. And that's when this, all the stuff that we're talking about today, guys, is always relevant. But when you go out there in the real world and something unexpected happens, you need to have tools in your tool belt. So there's a lot of things. Forget about emergency stuff, just normal stuff. And if I look at it, I could think of 4 different things to do. But if you don't have any training, squeeze and hope for the best, duck walk, like your choices are very limited, right? We got to talk about safety stuff, but really, I want you to enjoy riding these damn things. And you're just going to enjoy it way more, especially, I already told you the numbers. When you find out you're part of the 2 percentile, and that's why people, if they see you doing something, they're going to say you're showing off. Just keep in mind, the correct response is, I'm not showing off, I'm just riding the motorcycle that was designed to be ridden, right? Period. Okay? All right, so anyway, get on the bike, circle, 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 blah, blah, blah. The point of all of that is, everything I'm doing, my clutch is going to be in one spot. Because what I often see out here is people's hands doing this on their clutch. I should never see this. This is way too much movement, first of all. And if you're doing this, your bike's doing this. You don't like the way the bike feels going slowly. You're going to like it even less if it's bucking, right? So can I do these same turns without my rear brake? I could. But then I'm going to have to be doing open closes, small variations of it. But even a small variation of it, I'm going to feel it. So the rear brake gives us correction and control. That's what's going to allow me to be smooth and fluid as I do what I'm doing. Now, sometimes I'm going to be doing this to the brake too, but again, shouldn't be this, right? Also, stage 1 and stage 2 of the friction zone. That's pretty much where we live out here. When you start going higher in the friction zone and using the rear brake, you're making the bike fight, all right? 1 and 2, they work in harmony with the rear brake. 3, 4, and 5, and over time, you should be able to hear it, because I can hear if your bike is fighting, and if you keep doing it, I'll be able to smell it, and so will you. That's how you burn out clutches, right? And so if you want to know, well, Robert, how do I know if I'm in too high of a stage of the friction zone? So when I first start to move the bike, I open up the clutch, I'm on the rear brake, and as it starts to move, I take my foot off the brake. If I take my foot off the brake and my bike goes like this, too much clutch, right? Of course, there's going to be a difference in the speed, but we're shaving speed, shaving. So when I take my foot off the brake, it should kind of go like that, not like this, okay? So again, this is what I mean when I say what we do on these motorcycles is based on what we feel, not what we see, what we hear, but mainly what we feel, okay? Any questions about any of that? So the significance of 2 to 1, if you hear me say 2 to 1, and it's significant in the first exercise, it's significant in confined spaces. Who saw the video when I was pulling out of my garage, and then I came out and I had to go between my truck and my car in the driveway, and my truck's rear handle pushed in my clutch. So now I came to a stop. So now I'm between my cars. So now it's time for me to move again. I don't want to start slowly releasing the clutch to 1, because if I do that, the bike could go one way or the other. But if I want to get past that, what do I have to do? 2, 1. Because 2 is always going to make it go straight. I need to go straight right there. I can't afford, I'm letting you know right now, guys, it happens all the time. When you first start to move your bike, 9 times out of 10, your handlebars are going to move one way or the other because it's on 2 wheels, right? So we good about that? We understand that? It always wants to fall. If it starts straight as an arrow, the balance of the bike just happened to work out. That's all that is. That ain't you. It just happened to work out, right? It's just like, I said this in 2 prior videos. If I take a nickel and throw it up and it falls on the table and spins, is it possible for it to stop straight up? Is it possible? You look, yes? No? No, yeah, absolutely it's possible. It's squared, right? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen easily, but it's possible. And so that's the same concept of your motorcycle. Sometimes, but the difference is the motorcycle tire is not squared, it's rounded. But sometimes you catch that sweet spot. It's not going to last for long. So if you ever see me standing still on the bike, especially if I'm doing a slow race, yeah, I would love for it to just be able to just stay like that. But if I have the handlebar straight, yeah, it's just a matter of time before it's going to fall one way or the other. Now, if the bike's not falling, now you throwing the bike off balance will matter. But as soon as you feel it falling, that's what trust and believe is about, okay? All right, I'm in stage 2 of the friction zone. I'm just using the brake to control my speed. All I'm doing is waiting to see what I feel. Clutch, still in the same spot. All right, if I want to lean, come off the brake. Clutch, still in the same spot. Pressure on the brake. Keep it loaded, Rob. Easy, Rob, easy, easy. Trying to keep my input small. Throttle, still loaded. Clutch, still open. Time to stop. Clutch, 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 friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Now I pull it in. So when I come to a stop, guys, and this is going to happen to all of you, when you're coming to a stop, you're going to pull the clutch all the way in. It makes sense. I don't need the power anymore because I'm stopping. But what most motorcycle riders are going to do is you want to keep this bike under speed as long as possible. Because as long as you have speed, the bike is taking care of everything for you. That's why this channel is called Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. A boss has a higher level of responsibility. The slower you go, the more it's on you. So when you get to the end of that stop, what most people do is they got the clutch all the way in. As soon as they start feeling, uh-oh, that equals time to stop. Front brake, 2 feet out, a lot of dive in the front suspension. I don't want that suspension moving at all today when you stop. I'm not just talking about in that exercise. All day, I want smooth stops because the importance of that is it's all on you. It's the difference between a pilot landing a plane and it's bam, and a pilot landing smooth, right? It's all on you, right? And you have to make that happen. Now, sometimes balance will work out, not your balance, the bike's balance. But in order for me to get that bike to be smooth at the end, if I start feeling falling, what do I have to introduce? Clutch. So I'm going to go to stage 1. If stage 1 fixes that, boom, keep braking, braking, braking. And if nothing else changes, brake, brake, brake. Don't pull the clutch in until you put your foot down. Because even if you pull the clutch in a half a second early, remember the slowest it's going to go is the end of that stop. And that's you trying to put your foot down and pull the clutch in. You're going to get this. So not only do I want your foot coming down smooth, I want the bike straight up when you stop. If it's leaning, it was falling. We good? Now, that's not going to happen every time, but that's your goal. The beauty of it is when you get it and you do it properly, now you're going to want to always do it. So I'm not asking you to do an acting job. What I'm looking for is when you don't do it, that you go, shit. That's how I want you to feel, because I want you to be like, I want to stop like this every time. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to be coming towards you. I'm going to pull the clutch all the way in. I'm going to make sure I'm going slow enough so that I start to feel that. And you're going to hear my preload go up, because 3 comes before 4. I'm never going to open my clutch without the preload, because that's how we stall. And then I'm going to be feeling what I feel. If stage 1's working, great. But remember, the slower you go, the more it wants to fall. So 1 at a certain point might stop working. So what do I have to do? 1.5, 2. But keep braking, brake, 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 clutch, 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 foot down, clutch in. All right, so this is the situation right here. If you guys have your bike sitting right here, and I need you to go this way or that way, what's your options? And when I say your options, I don't mean what's possible that your bike could do, what's possible that you can do. Most people are going to go, they're going to back their bike up, or if they do turn, they're going to duck walk it. But we know we're not duck walking today. We know power keeps the bike up, but this is where the rear brake and the power work together. So I'm going to, let's see, I don't need to lean here. On this bike, I don't. Well, actually, on none of your bikes. We all got the same frame bike, yes. This bike, no touring motorcycle turns better than a Harley-Davidson, right? So, even with the handlebars turn, nothing changes. Make sure I'm in first gear. I'm going to cover that rear brake, preload that throttle, and keep it loaded. I'm going to listen to that. Clutch right before the friction zone. And when I open the clutch, I'm going to open it to a 2 maybe. But I'm going to be braking at the same time, right? Because I don't want to open it at 1. I don't want it to do something I don't want it to do. I want to make sure it stands up. And as soon as I'm good on the turn, come off the brake a little bit. First gear, cover the rear brake. I'm on the brake already. Preload, head and eyes, foot up, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. I'm good. All right, my clutch is in. Clutch is in, no power, no power. See, I'm already feeling it. Preload, clutch, 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 clutch. Boom. I mean, if you address it as soon as you start feeling it, fine, because I don't want to, we're not stopping with the handlebars turn or any of that stuff. Now that way of stopping the bike is even more important when you come out of a turn. I forgot who it was, but when you guys pull up, I love to have you guys pull up like that, make a 90-degree turn and stop. Those stops are always terrible, always. Why? Because too much speed going into it. And so by the time you're ready to stop, your handlebars are still turning. No. So the same way I made that turn right there, again, it doesn't have to be that extreme. You go to make the turn your head and your eyes, clutch, 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 brake, 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 brake. Move, stop. As long as you keep power on the rear wheel, you're fine, but it's just the point of you have to be comfortable with that feeling. But if you trust that the power is going to keep the bike up, all of this stuff, everything that we're doing out here becomes so easy for you to do. Because it ain't on you as far as, that's why your strength, your height, none of that matters. And just like the weight of the bike, none of it matters because what's keeping it up? Power on that, sufficient power on the rear wheel, okay? First thing we're going to do today, guys, smooth, short, starts and stops. Who has never practiced it? Everybody's practiced it? That's awesome. Well, that's what it's all about, man. This is the first exercise I usually do anytime, private lessons. People come to me and say, just help me with U-turns. I go, okay. We start there, and we never make it to U-turns. What exercise number is U-turns out here? Who knows? Dave? Oh, let me touch my ambassador. Hey, Ken, what exercise number is U-turns out here? God damn it. 6. So I want you to think about that. Somebody comes out here and they go, I just need help with 6. I always know when somebody says that to me, they're going to suck at 1. And they always do. It's because we're doing stuff out of order. But again, you don't know what you don't know, right? The first exercises that we're going to do out here, they're designed to put you in discomfort. I need you to feel the struggle and realize everything you feel is resolved by doing that or doing that, okay? Everything we're doing. So we're going to be doing these exercises and you're going to be like, man, I'm moving really slow. Here comes this asshole going too fast, right? It's a different kind of slow out here. If you can go from cone to cone in that first exercise and your handlebars are straight as an arrow, you're going too fast, okay? I want you to feel this because I need you to know what to do when you feel that. And what you're not to do is put your feet down, okay? All right, so here comes the sun. That's why I brought this baby out. All right, so that first exercise, all right, so everybody that practices it, are you practicing it with cones? No, you're not. Okay, so let me re-ask the question. Who has never practiced this exercise with cones? Okay, good. Cones are super important, guys. The other thing I've learned is, who's practiced the slow ride? Slow ride. The slow ride. You practiced the slow ride with cones? Well, you don't need cones for that. Did you have somebody walking next to you? Yeah. I find that, so I'm going to say this to you guys. While you're out here, use your time wisely. Like, don't struggle to go slow in the exercise and then ride 45 miles per hour back. Continue to practice moving that bike slowly and getting comfortable with what that feels like. But I noticed that every time I see somebody practicing it, they're going too fast. It's very hard to gauge what you're supposed to be doing. So here's what I say to you. If you're doing something and it feels comfortable, you're probably doing it wrong, right? You're probably going too fast. We got to step outside of our comfort zone today. That's the only way this is going to happen. But again, it doesn't all have to happen today, okay? I guarantee you, if you get comfortable at 1 and 2 and 3, because in those exercises, I'm asking you to feel comfortable just going straight. If you don't feel comfortable, you keep putting your foot down every time, of course U-turns are going to be a problem. Of course right turns, left turns are going to be a problem. That's why we got to do this in order, okay? All right. So yes, that's the first exercise where he's standing. We're gonna stop at that cone. Yeah, we're gonna go that way. And this exercise, we're going cone to cone. Now this is part of the dating process. We got 1, 2, 3 road glides. Or well, you got a bat ring fairing too, it doesn't matter. The point is, especially with a road glide, you have no clue where your front wheel is. And if you didn't date your motorcycle, I know you don't have a clue where it is, but that's part of the dating process. I need to be able to know where that front wheel is without seeing it based on what I can see. That's what judgment's all about. So when you first learned how to drive a car, most people will be inching through a space that a tractor trailer can fit through because their confidence is still low and their judgment is not there. But once you got it, you can look at that spot and just never tap the brakes and fly right through it. That's why you got to practice with cones, because cones give you the ability to judge space. If I always practice U-turns in 3 parking spaces, 27 feet, when I get out in the real world, I can clearly see, oh yeah, I do this all the time. I can do that because most of the stuff out there is wider than that, believe it or not. All right? Okay. Smooth start, smooth stop. And when I say smooth start, guys, I know I'm letting you know what I'm going to get. No. Now, the only time I want this suspension to move is if you're doing a 2-to-1. And in that exercise, sometimes people will do that. 2-1. That's all it is, 2-1. Just to make sure the bike doesn't do this when I open up my clutch. So I'm going to show you that. Just look at my front suspension. It's very slight. I don't need a lot to get the bike to stand up straight. 2-1. And that's the cadence. 2-1. Preload, clutch. 2-1. That's all I need. 2-1. Right? It's just going to make sure the bike goes straight. Now let me try that without the 2-to-1 in this short space. See what happens. Sometimes it works out. See? Immediately it's falling. 2-1. Now I'm straight. All right? All right. Dave, you going first on everything? That wasn't a question. Yeah, so Dave's a rider coach as well. And listen, I love the fact that you all are here, and this is all going to be recorded, so you can always look back at it. And I like to say the evolution of fill in the blank. And somebody like Dave that's come to multiple practice sessions, he can clearly see his progress. But the most important part is in between those practice sessions, he's practicing. So, all right? All right. Friction brake, friction brake, 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 brake. Ah, yeah. All right, so I'm on my road glide today. Don't want to pass those cones. Clutch, 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 clutch. Ah, don't like it. Good. Clutch, 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 brake, 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 brake. Nope, pass the cones again. Brake, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. Ah, pass the cones again. See how I keep passing the cones? Don't pass the cones. All right, let's do it. All right. Too much speed, Dave. Good. Ah, see how the bike started to go? Because he pulled the clutch in but didn't let it back out soon enough, so it was forward. But he caught it. Too much speed. Good, good, good. All right. Nice. One more. Beautiful. You passed the cones. Keep it slow. Good. Friction brake, friction brake, friction brake. All right. Do it. Too much speed. Too much speed. Good. Start brake. Easy on that brake. All right. Back it up. Back it up. That's what happens. As soon as you hit that brake hard, the bike went like that. Okay, so you're gonna have to give it some more clutch than that. Do you see the bike moving like that? It's not enough power. Good, start braking, keep the clutch open. Clutch, 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 clutch. All right. Good, easy on that brake, easy on that brake. Nice and easy on that brake. Light pressure. Good, clutch, 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 brake, brake, friction brake, brake. Yeah, so you don't give up at the end, you're giving up at the end. Stay in the friction zone all the way until the end. Brake, 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 brake. All right, yeah, we gotta tame that. Right now, everything is big, and I expect that. All right, you got Tab Performance 50 caliber pipes on that bike. Sounds good, but yeah, all of his movements, and I forgot to tell him that's how it's gonna be when we're trying to figure this out. Everything's big and herky-jerky. We're dancing with 2 left feet, that's all that means. Good, slow down, brake, 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 keep that clutch open. All right, not bad, not bad. Too much speed, believe it or not. And listen to that preload, it was low. Preload. Good. Clutch. 2, 2, 2. Yeah, you see the fall, right? 2 to 1. Good. Brake, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. See it's falling? Keep that clutch out. Preload. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Keep it loaded. Too much speed. And right now, your preload is dropping every time you start moving. Preload and keep it loaded. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do a 2 to 1. Right now, every time you go to move, it's falling. So that means you're going into a 1. Do a 2 to 1.
With brake.
I'm sorry?
With brake. 2 to 1 with brake.
Yes, but remember, you're supposed to be starting out with light pressure right from the start and just gradually brake, brake, brake. No matter what you're doing with the clutch, this is still happening.
Okay.
Because that's where we want to stop. Preload. 2 to 1. Keep it loaded. 1. Brake, 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 brake. Yeah. It's okay. Go around. Good. All right. Start braking gentle. Keep the clutch open, though. Yeah. See how you pulled that clutch in? Keep that clutch open until you put your foot down. 10, 20. Okay. All right. You ready? Next cone. Don't pass it. Reload. Foot up. All right. Keep that throttle loaded. And make sure that clutch stays open until you put your foot down. 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Rear brake, nice and easy. Easy. Yeah, don't make it fight. You keep dropping that preload. We're not braking hard, just steady. All right, 2 to 1 to this next cone. Preload. Foot up. I can hear it, your throttle's too low. Also, when you're starting with too much pressure on the brake. Okay. Nice and easy. Next cone. Okay, okay, same thing. Clutch is in. That's why it's falling. Brake, 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 brake. Yeah, and as you're moving, I'm watching your clutch going like this.
Right.
No reason to do that. Keep it open. Okay. All right, try it again. Brake, brake, brake. Keep the clutch where it is. Just brake. Keep that, but you got to keep that throttle loaded. And right there, when you feel falling, you pull the clutch in and put your foot down. Clutch. Keep it open. Preload. Good. Nice and easy. Start braking. Brake easy, easy. Easy with that rear brake. Good. Brake, 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 brake. All right, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Let's do it again. Yeah, man, it is so difficult to get past that feeling of wanting to put your feet down and then everything else you're doing is big. Big clutch, big brake. It'll work out. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Beautiful. Hey, Dave, go again. All right, you ready? Good, good, good. Nice. See, he glided into that one because the clutch was in. Good. Brake, 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 brake. All right. See it falling, right?
Yeah.
Keep that clutch open until your foot goes down. Too much speed. Okay. Good. Brake, brake, brake. Nice and easy. Brake, brake, brake. Clutch, 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 clutch. Yeah. So if you're feeling a lot of that, open the clutch a little bit more because you got to straighten those bars out.
Okay.
All right. Preload. Good. Start braking. Brake, 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 brake. Clutch, clutch. Keep the clutch open. Clutch, clutch, brake, brake, brake. Yeah. Still falling. More clutch at the end.
Okay.
Good. Brake, 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 brake. Clutch, 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 clutch. Brake, brake, brake. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there, baby. Yeah. His wife saw it. She knows. That was beautiful. And when she's riding on the back of the bike, she's going to appreciate it even more because she's not going to get whiplash from these kind of stops. Helmet bumping is not supposed to happen, just in case you didn't know that. Good. Preload. Clutch, clutch, brake, 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 brake. All right. Looking good. Too much speed. 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Rear brake, 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 brake. See, I'm watching your hand on your clutch doing this. So think about it this way. The slower it goes, the more it wants to fall, right? So at no point should you ever be pulling the clutch in near the end of a stop. You need all of that power. Keep the clutch right where it is, brake. So when you start moving, you start braking and gradually brake, brake, brake. Depending on where you're stopping, that's going to determine how much pressure you start giving. But you don't want to wait until you get here to be here, and now you got to do that. The bike's going to do that. Okay? 2 to 1 with that clutch, and then start braking. Good. Start braking. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Brake, 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 brake. Remember, the brake's always going to win the battle. So don't worry about. I know it's counterintuitive. Keep the clutch where it is and just brake, brake, brake. Good. Start braking. Brake, brake. Keep it loaded. Nice. That's much better. Pay attention to that preload. Too much speed. Too much speed. Right there. That was a 2-1. 2-1.
So hold it in 2?
No. Well, you could hold it at 2. You just got to brake more.
So try to hold it in 1.
Don't try to hold it at 1. Go 2 to 1, and then try to hold it at 1. And if you need it, go back to 2, toward 2. It all depends on what you feel. Brake, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. See, you got the clutch in. Go around. I know it's like, what the hell? I get one thing, now I forget something else. That's why this is a process. Because yes, I need you to do a 2 to 1, not all the time. You can do a 2 and stay at 2, but you can't start braking too late because that's when the bike's gonna, you're gonna be going too fast. You can't be putting your foot down too early. You can't be going on and off on the brake. Moving the clutch in and out. No, none of that's necessary. All right. Too much speed. And I know it looks smooth, but it's smooth because he's gliding into it. See right here? Too much speed. As soon as you start moving, 2 to 1, brake. Good, start braking. Good. Keep the clutch where it is, just brake, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. All right, remember the brake's gotta win. More pressure at the end. We're not just trying to go slow, we're trying to stop. Good, clutch, clutch, brake, 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 brake. All right, try it again. Good, brake, 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 brake. There you go, Dave, do that again. Good, start braking, brake, 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 keep that clutch where it is. If you need more, give more, brake, brake, brake. That's what I'm talking about. Now you can go to staging. That's what I was looking for him. So what he was doing was he wasn't applying enough brake. And if you don't apply enough brake, when that cone comes up on you, and it's gonna come up on you quicker, it's gonna be more difficult to stop smoothly. Almost impossible because you're going too fast. Good, friction brake, 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 brake. Keep that clutch open. All right, it's better. 2 to 1. See how it's falling? All right, let's try that again. 2 to 1. Rear brake, 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 clutch, clutch, clutch. All right, let's try it again. Good, brake, 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 brake. So if you feel a lot of that, give a little more clutch, because remember, that makes it want to go straight. But counter it with the rear brake. Easy on that brake, easy. Yeah, right now you're dancing on that brake. It's just a gradual pressing. We're not doing this, just. Too much speed, too much speed. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Good, good, easy on that brake. Yeah, so what I like about that, no, the stop wasn't smooth, but he did not put a foot down. No matter where those handlebars were going, he didn't put a foot down, and that's the first thing people want to do, so that's outstanding. Good, keep the clutch open, brake, 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 brake. So I saw when you started, the bike turned like this and you went, I don't care, I love that, because that's what I was talking about earlier. You felt something and you did something, and what you didn't do is put a foot down, so that's good. 2 to 1. All right, 2 to 1. And start braking, nice and easy. Good, keep it open. So you're dancing with the clutch, you're dancing with the clutch. I know it's a habit, but we don't need to do it. Good, start braking, keep it open, dancing with it, dancing with it. Brake, 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 brake. All right, it's coming. That was much better. Open it, keep it open. Brake, 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 brake. Easy on the brake. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We just got here. Preload. Clutch, start braking. Brake, brake, brake. Too much brake, 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 brake. All right, don't make it fight though, don't make it fight. Preload. Brake, 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 brake. Almost. It's coming. Good. Keep it low. Brake, 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 brake. Good. Brake, 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 brake. There. Okay. That's the best one so far. All right, staging. I can see it too. He can taste it. And that's what happens. The more you do it, it starts to come together. You start realizing, okay, I almost had it there. What did I do? I had the clutch in too much. First of all, going that slow, if you're slamming on that brake, you're slamming on it, yeah, it's gonna throw the bike out of balance. And you're not gonna like the way that feels at all. Good, friction brake, brake, brake. All right, don't give up on it at the end. Next cone. Preload. All right, so tell me your name again.
George.
George, you got to control that bike. See where you're going?
Yeah.
Get it back on track. Clutch, rear brake. We're not going to let the bike just keep falling to the right and not do something. Good, turn those bars, brake, brake, brake. Easy on the brake, easy on that brake. Right there, you felt falling. The normal thing to do for people is brake. That's not going to work out too well. Good, nice and easy. You're good, you're good. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Brake, 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 brake. So you're doing two things. You're dancing with the clutch and you're jamming the brake. When you open the clutch, keep it there and just brake.
Okay.
The only way you should be moving is if you feel the bike falling. Then you open it a little bit more while you keep braking. Right. But pulling it back in doesn't make any sense, okay? Until you stop and put your foot down. Good. Clutch, clutch. Open it up, rear brake, 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 brake. Easy. All right, let's try that again. Good. Foot up. Easy with the brake, brake, brake. Yeah, we got to be easy on that brake. Yeah, you're hard on that brake. Good. Brake, easy, easy, easy. Brake, 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 brake. All right, it's coming together though. Yeah, he's, and that happens. And if it continues to happen today when we start turning and stuff, that's when I take the brake away. The next exercise, we're not doing it with a brake anyway, but it's not really that relevant. When he starts turning, that's when people feel like they need it more. Good, friction brake, friction brake. Nice. Tell her to come over here. That video's gonna suck. She's too far away. You're too far away. Yeah, you're too far away.
She's probably zooming in.
That video's gonna be terrible. Come on. No, you're good. All right, go ahead. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Outstanding, man. Good. Brake, brake, brake. Woo! Anti-ridge boots. Well, they're either knights or crows. Nice, man. Good, good. See how he adjusted his speed right there? Clutch, clutch, clutch. Oh my God, outstanding. This is the guy that said he was nervous. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Outstanding, man. Woo! Clearly, he practices this. Like, clearly he does. And this is what I mean, guys, when I say nobody's doing that right out the gate. You got to practice it because you got to be comfortable with the bike moving this slowly in the confined space. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Yeah, see, you're waiting. As soon as you get here and you start braking, you feel falling, time to stop. No. Friction brake. Stay in the friction zone. Don't give up on it. Foot up. That's 10. Too much clutch. Too much clutch. Too much clutch for too long. Open, close. Close. That's 10. Brake, 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 brake. Yeah, see, don't give up. Too much clutch. Too much clutch. Whoa, easy. Front brake. That's another 10. Preload. 2, 1. 1. See, the good thing is your brakes are squeaking, so I can hear when you're applying them. You're applying them too late. That's why it's so much like this at the end, because you're waiting too late. As soon as you start moving, start braking. It's progressive. Start braking. Brake, 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 brake. Keep the clutch open. Don't give up on it. You're good. Brake, 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 brake. Keep it loaded. Brake, brake. Keep the clutch open. Brake, 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 brake. Yeah, see, now your clutch is all the way in. We'll talk about it. All right, guys. So, yeah, this is the biggest thing. The biggest thing. Getting comfortable doing open close, getting comfortable feeling that feeling. That's the feeling I told you I wanted them to feel, because it all starts here. All right, I'm going to talk to them, and then we're going to move on to exercise number 2, slow ride. Any questions, guys? All right, that's the bread and butter, guys, right there. Like I said, it's all on you. And what I expect is pretty much what I got. We started slow dancing. Most of you have never slow danced with your bike, so you got 2 left feet. No big deal. That'll smooth out. Because I expect at the beginning, everything's going to be big. Movements, choppy. That's the way it's going to be. Because right now, that's how you feel. See how it always comes back to how you feel? But the smoother you get, like you're watching, tell me your name again, I'm sorry. Matt, you think I know Matt's name? I saw him 96 times over the past 2 days. Smooth. And it's smooth because so some of you guys you're starting with too much clutch. No, let me rephrase that. It's not too much clutch. It's too much clutch sustained. Remember, it's 2 to 1, not 2-1. If you do that in that small space, it's too much speed. And so the funny part is motorcycle riders, for the most part, do not like confined spaces, even though it's the best vehicle for confined spaces. That's why when I worked Times Square detail on New Year's Eve in New York City, motorcycles are going through there, not cars, right? So it's important that you get comfortable doing that exercise, starting smooth and stopping smooth. That's how, well, if you did it properly, that's how I want you stopping all day today. So if we're doing another exercise and you're rolling up to the exercise, I want you to need the friction zone at the end of that stop. I don't want you to, some of you guys, like Dave, where's Dave? Oh yeah. Dave, when he first started out, not the first one, but the second one, he was going, again, I told you, you're gonna think you were going slow. He's going slow, but I want him going slower because he was going so fast, even though it wasn't really fast, that when he came to the end of that, he basically just had to coast into it. So if you can coast into the stop, I don't care if it's smooth, you didn't have to do anything to make it smooth. It just worked out. I want you to feel the struggle. And so, who was it? I forgot who it was. I don't know who. I think it was, I don't know. The bike started to move. No. Is everybody here? Yeah, everybody's here. The bike, oh, it was you, I'm sorry. Right from the start, his bike started to move and his handlebars went all the way over here. And then he came and he went like this, damn it. And so I told him, I loved that. I loved it. Because he felt something, bless you, and never put a foot down. That's what I care about the most. I prefer it look like crap, but you don't put a foot down, versus you resorting to what makes you comfortable. Now, I'm going to be on top of you guys for a bunch of things because I expect you to resort to what's comfortable for you. That's just human nature. We gotta step away from that. So a few people owe me push-ups. I was saying 10, 20, 30. And when, again, you were doing this, you were doing this, you were doing this, and so were you. When the motorcycle starts to move, I want your foot up. I don't want this. Anytime your foot's behind you on the ground, something could go wrong. You don't need it, but I know that's the comfort. You feel like you need it. The bike's 865 pounds or more. What the f is this doing? Nothing. It's just making you feel more comfortable. Pick your foot up. If you pick your foot up and you feel it start to fall, as soon as you feel it, clutch, but rear brake. Some of you guys were starting to move and you weren't starting to apply the brakes until you were almost at the cone. It's never going to be smooth that way. As soon as you start moving, remember I was right here and I told you, as soon as I start, I'm going to be on the brake. That's what you need to do. 2 to 1 brake. I'm on the brake right away because it's progressive. Brake, 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 brake. Whatever I'm doing with my clutch, doesn't matter. My braking keeps happening, brake. So by the time I get to that cone, that's where heel to toe comes in. You can kind of time it. As I put my heel down, I'm finishing off the brake. So the heel goes down, the brake's going down. It's almost at the same time. Boom. Nice and easy. But if you wait too late, you're going to have to overcompensate. It's just like the turn. If you wait late, you have to do more of something. All right? No big deal. Also, some of you guys, a lot of you guys, again, this is what you're accustomed to doing. Keep it where it is. And then some of you guys are pulling it in as you're going slower. That doesn't make any sense. Because when does it want to fall the most? The slower it goes, the more it wants to fall. So why would I ever be taking power away? That's why the bike, you feel it falling. When you open it, keep your hand right there. Brake, 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 brake. Unless you feel like you need more, keep it where it is. No reason to do it. No reason to do it. There's a time and a place for it. It's just not there. Okay? No questions? All right, great. Next exercise. Slow ride. Who's never practiced this? Oh, I talked about that already. With somebody walking next to you. I'm going to be walking, not really next to you. I'm going to be a little bit ahead of you. Do not pass me. And you're not allowed to use any brakes. No rear brake, no front brake. I don't have to say no front brake. But, so this is the only exercise where I'm going to tell you don't cover the rear brake. And I'm going to tell you don't address the feeling of falling as soon as you feel it. Delay it a little bit. Right? Again, this exercise is designed to put you in struggle. I want you to feel, and I use the word struggle loosely. What I mean by that is, it might feel like a struggle to you, but as time goes on, that's going to dissipate. I want you to realize it's not a big deal. And so when you feel your handlebars starting to move a little bit, motorcycle riders ride straight and make slight turns. That's what they do. So any kind of real turning, they don't like it. I want you to work it out just like you would on the bicycle. If you got on the bicycle and I tell you to go really slowly, you'd be going like this. Same thing on the motorcycle. Work it out. Work it out. And when you absolutely need the power, I mean absolutely need it, 1-0. That's all I want you to give yourself. Don't go 1-0 because you're going to pass me. Now, because we're all different, I'm telling you to wait until you absolutely need it. You're going to be like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. No, you don't. I'm telling you. And how do I know? All I have to do is look at your handlebars. If they're straight, you didn't need power. Work it out. I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to say out loud when I have to, I'm going to say no power, no power. And when I give power, I'm going to give it and take it right back. And the purpose of this is whatever you're feeling, and I want you to really feel it, and you do that, and it goes away, it's like, oh, shoot. So all of this hoopla about this falling thing, and all I did was do this, and it resolved it. And then I'm going to go back to this, right? Okay. Right now I got no power. No power. No power. Power. No power. No power. No power. Power. No power. Brake, 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 clutch, 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 clutch. All right. If you do it like that, you shouldn't even be close to me. I'm going to be walking at a normal pace. Except for Dave, I'm going to walk a little slower. Remember, no rear brake. Delay it, delay it, delay it. If you pass me, too much clutch or clutch too long. That's all that is. Let's do it. All right, you ready? No brake. Don't even cover it. Let's do it. Good. Excellent. Rear brake, smooth stop. And Dave knows it's coming. And he knows it's coming. And what I'm talking about is me saying, okay, rear brake, smooth stop. You hear smooth stop, I want it smooth like the first exercise. All right, you ready? Let's do it. Beautiful. I hear him, but I don't see him. And that's awesome. Beautiful. All right, smooth stop, rear brake. Walking my normal pace. Now he's going pretty fast right there, but that's what happens. If you start nice and slow, you give yourself like a buffer where you can go a little fast, pull the clutch in, and you're fine. I'm making sure they're not on the downhill. Rear brake, smooth stop. All right, staging. That foot up. Yeah, way too much clutch. All right, so he passed me a little bit, but that's because right from the start, too much clutch, and he's just holding it. This is not that kind of ride. Here I hear his preload. He's trying to stay in the friction zone. All right, rear brake, smooth stop. All right. So that's showing me right now where his comfort is. He wants to kind of keep power sustained the whole time. All right, you ready? No rear brake. Don't even cover it. Let's do it. Watching the people over here practicing, very good. It's going too fast. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. That's why it's good to have somebody walking next to you to gauge your speed. All right, rear brake, smooth stop. He actually had to look down. He forgot where the brake was. That's another reason I know he practices a lot. Because if I take the rear brake away from you, tell you not to use it, it's like odd. It feels odd. I love that. All right, you ready? No rear brake. Don't pass me. Do it. See, he did that double tap again. Another 10. You don't need it. Uh-oh, see? Too much clutch. All right, he passed me. Rear brake, smooth stop. All right. All right, guys, we're going to talk to them. Well, I'm going to talk to them. And he kind of did the same thing that the other gentleman did. Sustained power. That's not what this exercise is. Remember, it's 1-0, not 2-1. 2-1 was the last exercise, and not 1-1 or whatever. We're not going to stay in the friction zone the whole time. That's a different kind of slow ride. Like I said in the beginning, this one is designed to make you feel discomfort, and the way to best do that is take all the power away, and then when you need it, give it, take it right back. And then after this, trust and believe. All right, let's do it. Any questions, guys, on that? Now, a couple of you, you did it, and I believe you did. Yeah, you did it as well. You're staying in the friction zone the whole time. I hear you preload the whole time. Remember, that's not what this exercise is. This is 1-0. I don't want you to have any power, and then when you need it, give, take back, give, take back. Because if you just keep it sustained, you're not experiencing the feeling I need you to experience, which is I feel falling. Because that whole clutch thing, that's what's going to happen when you go to make a U-turn. And if you don't like the way something feels, instead of putting your foot down, you're going to remember clutch, clutch. This has to be to the point where I was doing a private lesson. She's my Colorado ambassador now. She wasn't at the time. Stephanie. That night in the hotel, no, I wasn't with her. She said she dozed off. She dozed off watching one of the homework videos, and she said in her dream, she felt herself falling and yelled out clutch. That woke her up. That's how I need this to be. It's like automatic. Again, what we're doing is we're doing a reprogramming. Right now, your brain tells you foot out or stop. No, clutch. And the stops were terrible, but I knew they would be, because if I tell you don't cover that brake and then go to it, it's a totally different thing. That's why we cover it, so that when you apply it, you're more than likely going to give gentle pressure, right? But whenever you have to go to it, yeah, you're going to smash it. And that's why the bike's, you know. But remember, all day today, smooth stops. Okay? All right. Exercise number 3, trust and believe. Do you trust and believe that as long as you have sufficient power on the rear wheel, the bike won't fall?
Yeah.
You?
We'll see.
We'll see. I like that.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
I know it's supposed to, but I'm going to have to feel it.
I like that answer. You might be FOS. I think you're FOS. And I say that because a few of you are doing this when you start moving. Actually, you are as well. You keep tapping that ground. When you pick your foot up, pick it up. This is we discussed this. This is not doing anything, but again, that's your instinct. You still feel like, I don't like it yet. But see, that's why that first exercise is so important. It's getting you comfortable, starting out slowly. You don't need a bunch of speed to pick this bike up. So as soon as my bike starts to move, this foot's coming up. I don't need it. I don't need it. Clutch, 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 clutch. And that's going to bring us into the next exercise, trust and believe. Who has never practiced trust and believe? Okay, good. All right. This exercise is simply what it's called. It's designed to make you trust and believe that as long as this bike has power, it's not going to fall. And if you trust that and you believe it, everything on the bike is easier to do. Because again, we're going back to the whole thing, the fear. And you know, it's like anything else. If you don't trust it, that just takes us back to the dating process. I don't trust this girl, I just met her. But that's how you're on your motorcycle. I'll get on there and do all kind of crazy stuff. But you need to trust that the power is going to keep it up. So, what's always step number 1 before you move the bike? First gear, cover the rear brake, preload the throttle, and keep it loaded. A couple of you guys are struggling with the keeping it loaded. Keep it loaded, and this exercise is super important. It's usually always important. Your bike's only going to drop for 2 reasons. 1, if you pull the clutch all the way in, or 2, if it stalls. So not keeping it loaded, that's when it's going to stall. And so that's why I want to focus on that a lot in exercises 1, 2, and 3. If it stalls while we're going straight, no big deal. When we start turning and leaning, we definitely don't want it to stall. All right, again, it's not a big deal, but we don't want to stall and we don't want to fall. We know falling's not a big deal, but we still don't want to do it. Okay? All right, step number 4, clutch, right before the friction zone, everything's the same. Step number 5, as soon as you hear me say, foot up, because you're going to be sitting there waiting for it, head and eye straight ahead. As soon as you hear it, guys, pick this foot up. Now, I know I'm saying that to you, but what I'm going to get is, foot up. Okay, now I'll do it. No, I don't want you to think about it, because this is supposed to mimic an uh-oh moment, right? As soon as you hear it, pick your foot up. Now, when you pick your foot up, I don't want your bike moving at all. I want you to wait until you feel the bike starting to fall, address it with the clutch, and then come to a smooth stop, right? This is not about when in doubt, throttle out. We want to be in control at all times. All this exercise is 2 to 1 rear brake. That's all it is, right? And if you do it properly, if I do it right here, the most I should come is here. That's if I address it as soon as I feel it. Now, what this exercise is not is you trying to balance your bike. I used to let people do this on their own without saying foot up. But we'd be sitting there all day. They're going like this because they're trying to get the bike to be like this. No. Now, some of you will pick your foot up, and the balance of the bike is just going to work out. You're going to be sitting there for a few seconds. As soon as you feel it, address it. Rear brake. Some of you are going to pick your foot up because you're all amped up like this. So as soon as you pick your foot up, you're going to throw it to the right. That doesn't mean put your right foot down. Clutch. You're in the exercise. You feel falling, do something about it. And then friction brake, smooth stop. Now I say that, what I'm going to get, I got people locking their wheels up because you're so amped up when it's time to stop. Right? Everybody understand what we're doing? All right, I'm gonna do a demo. I'm going to do 2 demos. The first demo, as soon as I feel it, I'm going to address it. So if I do that, and I'm like this, whichever way it goes, the most it should go is about right here. Because it's going to, whichever way it starts to fall, that's where it's going to go. The second time, I'm gonna delay addressing it. So as it starts to fall, I'm gonna wait. Then I'm gonna address it. That means I'm gonna have to open the clutch more. But now the bike's gonna be all the way over here, because that's what we would do if we're trying to do a drop and catch, right? But not the drop and catch straight up, a drop catch, not a drop catch. Remember, the drop and catch, what's gonna determine the space between drop and catch is how much you want the bike to lean. So if I want the bike to not lean at all, drop catch. If I want it to lean a little bit more, drop catch. And more, drop catch. All right, you picking up what I'm putting down? All right. And so this always comes in handy, even in a situation like this. If I want to start here and make a turn, but I want to go right into a lean right away. This is what I'm doing. I'm dropping the bike and catching it, right? That's really all trust and believe is. The only reason it freaks people out is because I'm having you do it with the bike not moving at all. First gear, cover the rear brake, preload, drop, catch. That's all I did right there, drop, catch. Now that's not trust and believe, but let me just show you that again. Smooth stop. Literally, it's all I'm doing. Let it drop, catch it, brake, brake, brake. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Smooth stop. First gear, covering the rear brake. Preload. Head and eye straight ahead. Clutch right before the friction zone. Smooth stop. All right, now I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. See, so now I'm closer to you guys. Drop catch. But drop catch with the rear brake. First gear, cover the rear brake, preload. Smooth stop. Now you see when I picked up my foot, the balance of the bike was working out. I didn't do that. I love it when it happens, but I can't plan that, right? So now I'm just gonna wait and stand by. Now there, I purposely waited longer, but if I addressed it as soon as I felt it because it started out straight, it would have barely, did anything, right? That's all trust and believe is. Trust and believe is relevant all of the time, because anytime you feel falling, clutch. Or if you did what I did before, just coming off the brake. And something like that when I was right in front of you guys, remember, what's also scarier about this for motorcycle riders, stuff being close and stuff, is because they don't have any concept of using the rear brake. Everything is front brake. So if I do this same kind of stuff with no rear brake, of course it's scarier, because now I got to be perfect with the clutch. But I don't want you to have to be perfect. The rear brake gives us correction and control. The correction is sometimes I give too much clutch. So if I feel I gave it too much clutch, as soon as I feel that, correct it immediately. It's almost like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Boom, and I'm good, right? It's certain times when your bike's going to be doing this and it's okay, but at certain times it's not. Okay. Put up. Nice, Dave. Brake, 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 brake. Shit, that was better than all of those. All right. First gear, yes. Covering the rear brake, good. Preload. Keep it loaded. Head and eye straight ahead. Put up. All right, it's cool. Put up. Come back, come on back. Dude, that was excellent. Bike was falling, excellent. You opened up the clutch, excellent. Then you pulled it back in.
Yeah.
Put up. Now you're moving. Make sure that bike's not moving. Easy on that brake, good, good, good. Take your foot off the brake. Take your foot off the brake. Okay, I just want to make sure, okay. Make sure you're not in the friction zone. Put up! Right there, it almost stalled and you pulled the clutch in. Keep it loaded.
You want to rock it out.
Yeah. Foot up. Smooth stop, smooth stop. Let's do that again. Do it again right there. Foot up. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Good. Smooth stop. Friction brake. That's what I'm talking about right there, baby. Smooth stop. Nice and easy. Friction brake. Clutch, 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 clutch. All right. Yeah, if you feel that bike is just turning, not enough clutch. All right. First gear, yes. Good. Covering the rear brake. Good. Head nice straight ahead. Make sure the bike's not moving. It's moving. Pull the clutch in a little bit. Yeah, you were in the friction zone. Foot up. Clutch, 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 clutch. Stop, stop. Come on back. You actually were blessed because you picked up your foot and it was just like sitting there. But when you opened the clutch, you kept closing it back. Open it.
I was waiting on it to move.
Okay. Open it more. Foot up. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Come on back. Now in that case, he immediately started falling. No big deal. Clutch. Foot up. Clutch, clutch. Come on back. Yeah, so the good thing is you're opening it, but then you're pulling it right back in. Yep. That's why we do this.
I'm gonna get it.
Foot up.
Hold it back in
Yep.
again.
And your throttle almost stalled. Make sure you keep it loaded. Pull the clutch in, it's moving. There you go. You're moving. It just means you got the clutch a little bit in. You're 0.5 in the friction zone. Foot up! That time you hook foot up and just open the clutch. Make sure you pick up your foot and wait for the falling. Foot up! Clutch, 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 clutch! Oh, that was it, man. You even turned the handlebars. You're showing off now.
I win. Alright, this time.
Foot up! Clutch, 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 clutch. All right, good. I'll take that. No, I'll take that. That was good. Slow ride. Good. Good. Two. More clutch, brake. Keep it loaded, brother. Watch your foot. Good. Rear brake, clutch. Yeah, not enough clutch. That's why it's falling. Good. Keep the clutch open. Brake. Yeah, as soon as you feel falling, brake and clutch in. Come on up a little bit more. Come on. Keep it loaded. All right. First gear. Covering the rear brake. Preload. Head and eye straight ahead. Foot up. Keep it loaded. Smooth stop. Good job, man. Keep that throttle loaded though. Smooth stop. Friction brake. All right. First gear, yes, covering the rear brake.
Make sure it don't move, right?
Yep. Preload. Head and eye straight ahead. Foot up. You were good. You just didn't open the clutch enough. That's all.
Yeah.
Remember, if you address it as soon as you feel it, your bike was lean this much.
Yeah.
That's just because you're not addressing it as soon as you feel it. That's all.
I got it.
All right, head and eye straight ahead. Foot up. Clutch. Smooth stop. Friction brake. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Brake. Keep the clutch open. Brake. So you're pulling the clutch in. Make sure you keep that clutch open. All right, first gear, yes. Covering the rear brake. Reload. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Give me some more. Clutch right before the friction zone, yes. Keep it loaded. Give me some more. Pull the clutch in. You're moving. Make sure okay, good. Not all the way in. Good, good, good. Foot up. Clutch, clutch, clutch. All right. Give me some more preload. More. More. Foot up. Smooth stop. All right, let's try that again. When you picked your foot up, the bike was just moving. I don't want it moving at all when you first pick up your foot. Wait until you feel falling. Make sure you're not in the friction zone. Keep it loaded, good. Keep it loaded. Give me more. Foot up. Clutch, clutch. There we go. Foot up. Okay. Foot up. All right, stop. Yeah, I knew it. You see all that smoke? You got the bike in the friction zone and you're holding it back with the brake. I don't want you in the friction zone. Okay? Let's try that again. Don't press the brake, just cover it. That way you can gauge if you're in the friction zone. You feel the bike moving, you're in the friction zone. Preload. See how it's moving? Preload. Keep the clutch in so it's not moving. See it's moving? Give me some more preload. More. Put up. Smooth stop. All right, something to work on, Because right there, you opened up, as soon as I said foot up, the bike just took off. You got to feel the falling first, okay? All right. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop. Now it's time to start turning. I'm still not leaning, but it's my highest failure rate, and I'm going to talk to them about that. All right, let's do it. All right, any questions, trust and believe. So, what I always tell people is, when you go out and you practice on your own, I want you to practice exercises 1, 2, and 3. I want you to get so confident in that after that, everything is easy. Because this exercise right here, the reason why people struggle so much in this exercise is because they struggle there. And now we're turning, right? Going the same speed. Actually, yeah, about the same speed. Kudos to everybody that I saw practicing doing the slow ride going along here. Of course, all of you going too fast. I told you, happens all the time, right? Because if I'm looking at your handlebars, they're like this. So I know you're going too fast. I want to see this. Work it out. Work it out. All right. Plus, also remember, in the slow ride, I don't want sustained friction zone. 0, 0, 0. Oh shit, I feel it. 1, 0. That's all I want you to do. Okay? Trust and believe. Again, don't overthink that. But right there, that's when I ask people, do you trust and you believe? And they go, yeah. But I've already seen them today doing this. I know you don't trust it. And that right there is going to show you don't trust it. But overall, that wasn't bad at all, right? Okay. That brings me to exercise number 4. Who has never practiced this? Okay, good. This is right turns, left turns from a stop. But initially when we do it, we're not doing it from a stop. We're going to do it just rolling right through. Dave, what's your strength? Right turns or left turns?
Either one.
Either one.
I think left.
You think left?
I feel more left.
Left.
Right, unless I'm stopped.
Right unless you're stopped. Okay.
I struggle with the right.
Struggle with the right, okay. Left, okay. Remember your answers, because sometimes it's different here. It's the opposite, because the answers that people are usually giving me are for U-turns, because most people don't turn a motorcycle like this, because this requires you to turn the handlebars without leaning. And if I forgot to mention that, we're not leaning in here. Who likes riding on gravel? Yeah, not many people do. This is the gravel road, and this is how you negotiate a gravel road. No leaning. Keep the bike straight up, keep your feet up. Because to put your foot down when you feel falling on gravel is just ridiculous, especially on a heavier motorcycle, right? So, when you guys are approaching, that's exercise number 2, except using the brake. So as you're approaching, that's the time to preload. I like the way it sounds. Keep it there. What stage of the friction zone am I in? Do I like how fast I'm going? Perfect. Keep it there. Rear brake. If I'm going to use it, light pressure. Now the problem is, on the way here, if you're doing all of this, you're going to have to straighten that out before you get here, because you got to turn. Give yourself a little bit more clutch, right? When it's time to turn the handlebars, that's when it falls apart for people. Don't change any, well, I'm not going to say not to change anything. You change it if you need it. But most of the time, people don't really need it. What comes first, head and eyes or handlebars?
Head and eyes.
Head and eyes. So if I'm coming here straight, I should be turning my head and my eyes about right here. Because the whole purpose of the head and eyes is if I see something that's going to require me to stop, I don't want to stop and be in the lane. So, head and eyes, everything's good. I'm going to start turning. You don't have to make a full lock turn in here. People have to do that when they wait too late to turn. Remember, we talked about that. So, head and eyes, handlebars, and hold the turn. Now, if I'm making this turn and I feel my bike starting to fall in, how do I correct that? Clutch. Or foot off the brake. That's right. What about if I'm making this turn and I feel the bike falling this way? How do I correct that? That's right. Because the bike always wants to fall the direction that the handlebars are turned. But if it's going the other way, what does it always want to do with power?
Stand up.
And go straight. So that's what it's a little bit too much power you have. So like you said, pull the clutch in a little bit, bring it right back. But again, just like I didn't want you to stay sustained in the clutch. When you correct that, don't keep it there. The bike is starting to fall out, correct, go back. Because if you just keep it in, it's going to fall. Just like if it's falling, if you open it but don't close it back, it's just going to go like this, right? So this is what I mean when I say we're always doing 2 to 1, 2 to 0, 1 to 0. We're giving and we're taking based on what we feel. We don't want to give too much because then it's going to make us go straight, okay? So the first time you guys come through here, your goal is to be in the middle. Now, if you see you're not going to make it, don't say, all right, I give up. Just keep turning. I want to see where you end up. And then we'll work on that, right? Also, I'm going to be seeing that just when you turn, easy on the brake. If your bike is, you're just making it more difficult for you. If you're going to do that, small inputs, right? Small inputs. If you want to just use the clutch and do that, that's fine too. I just find it's easier to keep the clutch where it is, like I showed you guys, and just use the brake. It's just easier. Right? But you can do both. When you make this turn, hold the turn. That's how you get in the middle. And then when you come out, boom. If you do that successfully, when you come back, then we're going to do it from a stop. You can stop anywhere in this gate. See where my front wheel is? That's just making it in. You could come to the right if you want to make a left. You can go to the left if you want to make a right. All that's fine. Don't need to do that on a motorcycle. But if that's what makes you feel comfortable, that's what I want you to do. At some point, maybe not today, I want you to be up here making a stop, from a stop, comfortably. Because when you're out there riding in the real world, you're not going to always be able to be back there and make a turn because maybe something's parked there that you can't see around. So you're going to have to be comfortable here. And the problem is, whenever somebody's doing something like this, if it's a busy intersection with a stop sign, and you're just waiting for that opening, people that have low confidence in this always open the clutch too much, and they end up past the double yellow line. I see people pulling out of Deal's Gap to get on the Dragon all the time over the double yellow line. And it's a ton of space there. Too much clutch, right? So, but when we do it from a stop, head and eyes, we're going to make the turn. And then lastly, we're going to do it from a stop, make the turn, smooth stop. Don't pass the last cones. That's why I want you to stop. Smooth, right? Dave, when you first come through, you're doing it brakeless. When you come through from a stop, you're going to be on the inside of the cone. And I'm going to pull you up here. So I'm going to have Dave doing it from here. Okay? Questions? Demo. You looking like you want that same treatment? I see you looking over there. Oh, okay. I'm just checking. I aim to please. First gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload. I'm on the rear brake. Dragging it. Head and eyes. Hold the turn. Brake. 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 Right in the middle. Friction brake, clutch, clutch, clutch. Smooth stop. Now I'm going to turn my head and my eyes before I move because I'm already up here. Rear brake. Right in the middle. Friction brake. Now at that time I picked up my foot to go. I gave myself a little bit too much clutch. And that's why the bike was like that. So I just pulled everything in and waited until I felt it start to fall. That's trust and believe. Clutch, rear brake. All right, I'm going that way. Now I'm gonna come to a smooth stop. Clutch, rear brake. Hold the turn. Brake, brake, brake. Clutch, 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 clutch. Smooth stop. We good? All right, let's do it. That's a lot of speed. That's a lot of speed. That's a lot of speed. Good job, man. Good, head nice. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Too much speed, too much speed. Head nice, good. Clutch, 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 clutch. Good job, you're leaning though. You turned late, that's the only problem. That was actually really good. You just turned late. Easy on that brake, the bike is dancing. Easy on that brake. All right, back up, back up. Good. Clutch, clutch, easy on the brake. Head nice, head nice. Keep it loaded. Why'd it drop?
Not enough power.
Pull the clutch in.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, you put the clutch in, yeah. Okay, back it up. 2 to 1. Rear brake. Drag it. Don't smash at it. Good. Clutch. Clutch, 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 clutch. 1. Rear brake, easy on that brake. Start again. Yeah, as soon as you get up to something that you're about to do, you start that. Just drag it, just drag it. Stay in the friction zone. Trust and believe. Good, foot up, clutch, clutch. Easy on that clutch. Brake, 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 easy. Try it again. Too much brake, too much brake. Back up. Good, clutch. Clutch. Easy on the brake, easy on the brake, good. Start turning, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. All right, go straight through. But when you go straight through, make this turn. Don't go past those cones. Go through, make that turn. Okay. So it's not about speed, don't go fast. Yeah, even right there. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Too much brake. Straight through. So I'm gonna have him do it without the brake. I'm gonna take the brake away from him. Straight through. Road guard looking good. Head nice, head nice. At my camera, at my camera. There you go. Good job, man. Right in the middle. He was looking down at first. Head nice up. Keep it slow, keep it slow. Good, head nice on my camera. Slow down, slow down. Okay, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Straight through, no brake. Nice, Dave. Good, good. Stay at that speed. Start turning. Rear brake. So I see you picking up speed. You're leaning. No leaning, no leaning. Get that foot up. Good. Rear brake. Start turning. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Beautiful. Right in the middle. Beautiful. He still turned late, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have a problem turning the handlebars. And it started to lean, clutch, rear brake. Good. Easy, easy. Stop. Back up. All right. You're going to do this. Don't use the rear brake at all. Don't use it. That means you can't be going too fast because we're not leaning here. So when you open the clutch, pull it back in a little bit. I want you going very slow because when you don't have a brake, you don't have anything to slow you down, but you can always give yourself something. But when you give it, don't over give it. Boom, boom. All you're doing is 1-0, 1-0. Let's do that. Good. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Pull it in a little, pull it in. Clutch, clutch, clutch. All right, stop, stop. Let's try it again. Yeah, you feel falling and you just start going, Open, close, open, close. Now again, in the real world, of course, we're going to use the rear brake, but right now you're overusing it. Yeah. So
that's my thing. I don't know how much brake you give.
well, that's why we're gonna do it without it. Yeah, let's do that. Clutch. Keep it open, clutch. All right, pull it in, start turning. Clutch, 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 clutch. There we go, there we go. So it's smoother without the brake. Straight through, straight through. Remember, head in your eyes on my camera. On my camera, on my camera. Keep looking at it. Excellent, man, excellent. Right in the middle. Good, slow down, good, start turning, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Easy on that brake, just drag it, drag it. All right, it's getting better though, it's getting better. All right, straight through, no leaning. You can use the brake, of course. Happens. That's just a balance thing. Wherever you want to stop. Wait. Smooth stop. All right, straight through. Good. Drag the brake. Drag it. Drag it. Drag it. You're still leaning, but I'll take it. It's good. Wherever you want to stop. That last turn was beautiful for so many different reasons because you had to do so many different things. You went to turn. You still waited late to turn. So that's why you're turning your handlebars a lot, but it's okay, you're comfortable with that. As soon as you turned your paws, your bike started to lean. You corrected it with the clutch or coming off the brake, and then you got out of the correction so it stayed like this, it didn't do that. Beautiful, man. All right, straight through. That nice? Beautiful, right in the middle, beautiful. Straight through for you, straight through. Watch your speed. Good, good, good. Head and eye, start turning. Keep turning, don't worry about the cones. Too much speed, too much speed. So you see how when you're pulling up like this? Yeah. And that's because you still got to date this bike. You should know where that front wheel is by what you can see. Yeah. So keep your head and your eyes straight ahead. Yeah.
The cones.
Yeah, you don't need to. Your peripheral vision will pick it up. You're fine. Okay. You're looking good, man. Straight through. Head and eyes on my camera. All right, you're leaning. Too much speed there. No, straight through. Straight through. Get that foot up. Good. Keep it loaded. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Easy on that brake. There you go. All right, smooth stop, don't pass those cones. Beautiful, Dave, beautiful. Because you felt the disturbance of that cone and didn't let it affect you. Beautiful. And that's what I'm looking for, guys. A lot of people will feel the front wheel hit that cone. Forget about it, it's shut down. Wherever you want to stop. Power will keep it up. Don't worry about that little cone. All right. A lot of diving. Easy stops. Smooth stop over here. Foot up. Head nice. Hold that turn. Clutch, 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 clutch. Rear brake, 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 brake. Woo! Man, it ain't pretty, but it's pretty. Right turn's next, man. Right turn's next. That's the wrinkled t-shirt theory right there. Smooth stop any way you want. Well, no. It's got to be in the box at least. 10. 20, okay. All right, smooth stop over here. Head nice. Clutch, clutch, good, 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 good. Clutch, clutch, you're good. What, see? You gave up on it. You were like, oh. I don't know why you gave up on it. You were fine.
Second time we did it. First time wasn't on camera.
Well, we don't keep count of these things. You're looking good. I'm going to tell you one thing, though. You change these handlebars, it's going to make a world of difference for you. Yeah, they're
They
too
need
low.
to be up and back a little bit, right?
Yeah, they're too low. 8 inches is too low.
Thank you.
12 inches. Right turns next. Straight through. Straight through. Good. Keep it loaded. Nice and easy on that brake. Start turning. Rear brake. Just drag it. Clutch. Good. Good. Head nice up. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like a different guy. Head on. Straight ahead. You ain't got to look around the fairing. Just figure it out, man. All right. Smooth stop right here. Good. Head nice. Slow down. Rear brake. 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 There we go. Straighten out. Friction brake. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Right turn next. Straight through. That foot up. Good. Start turning. Drag the brake. Just drag it. Keep the clutch where it is. Beautiful. Good job, man. All right, Dave's doing this brakeless. Beautiful, Dave. Head and eyes on my camera, Too much speed, too much. Oh, that's not bad at all, man. Easy on that brake, easy. Wrinkled t-shirt. Good, head and eyes on my camera. Hold that turn next time, hold it. Good, nice and easy. Head and eyes, start turning. Clutch, clutch, easy, easy, clutch. Look at you, man. Easy on that. Easy on it. But see, now he's not putting the foot down. He's making the bike dance, but he's not putting the foot down. He's not stalling the bike. Big improvements already from him. Head nice. Hold that turn. Hold that turn. Hold that turn. Good job, man. That foot up. As soon as you start moving, I want that foot up. Good. Drag the brake. Head nice on my camera. Clutch. That's 10. Same thing, Dave, same thing. Beautiful. Slow down. Good. Start turning. Don't speed up. Turn the bars. Hold that turn. Hold that turn. Hold it. Hold it. So you're coming out, but you're still good, man. I'm just telling you to hold it so you can be right in the middle.
Oh.
You're a little bit over here because you're coming out of it. Just hold it.
Okay.
Excellent job, man. Excellent job. I think he likes rights better than lefts. I don't remember what his answer was. Slow down, slow down. Good, start turning. Hold that turn. Easy, easy. Hold that turn, hold it. There you go, right in the middle. Beautiful. Straight through, nice and easy. Straight through, straight through. Head nice, easy on that brake. Clutch, clutch. Oh my God. Leaning, man, leaning. But he's not leaning because of, well, he was leaning because of speed. Straight through, straight through. Head nice, camera. Slow down, too much speed. There you go, look at that correction. Beautiful. Slow down, slow down. Keep it slow, start turning. Keep it slow, turn those bars. Clutch. All right, straight through. Hey, leaning. Smooth stop. Friction brake, friction brake. Ah, still diving. All right, straight through. Head nods on my camera. Good, hold that clutch, clutch, clutch. Beautiful, right in the middle, man, right in the middle. Smooth stop. Friction brake, 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 brake. Still diving at the end. All right, straight through. That's good, he knows. Cover the brake, good. Start turning. Oh, man. Smooth stop. Good, friction brake. Hey, don't give up on it, bro. Don't give up on it. 10, 20. All right, 2 to 1, rear brake. Head and eyes on my camera when you get there. Reload. Easy on that brake. Clutch. Good. Start turning. Light pressure on the brake. So drag it, drag it, drag it. There we go. Smooth stop. Ah. All right, they ain't gonna all be pretty. Straight through, man. Head and eyes on my camera. Watch your speed. Good. Good. Hold that turn. Hold that turn. Outstanding, man. Outstanding. Straight through. Straight through. Good. Keep that speed. Start turning. Rear brake. Just tap. Grab it. Grab. Good. 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 Clutch. Clutch. Damn, that was it, man. All right, smooth stop. All right, take a break. Good job. Friction brake, friction brake. Oh my Jesus. All right, make up for it right here. Smooth stop. Good, easy, easy. Straighten out, friction brake, friction brake, friction brake. Woo! Good job, man. Take a break. Friction brake, 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 brake. There we go. Do another one over here. Make sure it wasn't a fluke. Brake. Good. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. All right, take a break, man. Taking a break. Smooth stop. Good. Friction brake. Easy with the brake. Ah. All right. Don't give up on it, man. Reload. Clutch. Rear brake. Nice and easy. Drag it. Too much speed. Too much speed. Forgot about my stop. All right. Take a break. Good job. All right, give me another stop over here. Good. Head nice. Camera. Hold that turn. Friction brake. Okay, look, I don't care. You notice, guys, he purposely held that. He purposely waited to the last minute to turn so that he can lock those bars. And just very well done, man. Excellent job. Take a break. Take a break. We get our speed right from the start. Keep that speed. Start turning. Keep that speed. Hold that turn. Turn it. Turn it. Turn it. Turn it. Yeah, so you just got to turn the bars more. That's all. Try it one more time. Slow down. Keep it loaded. Start turning. Just drag the brake. 10. All right, man. Take a break, man. All right, guys. We're going to move on to exercise number 5, single serpentine, where now not only are we going to be turning, but now we're going to start leaning and transitioning. Let's do it. Any questions from exercise number 4? Guys, that's my highest failure rate. And so I'm going to say, if you were able to do that, kudos, right?
Hey, can we change our answer from left to right? Which one was harder?
I told you it's usually the opposite. You know, it's usually the opposite. I don't know why, but yeah, you like rights better than lefts. You too. You look like you like rights better than lefts. Okay, good. So you told me, okay. So when you go through these exercises, particularly that one, you are the wrinkled t-shirt theory. Who doesn't know what the wrinkled t-shirt theory is? Okay, yeah, I made that up.
I was thinking if I heard something like that.
Yeah, you heard me say it. It's relevant because when he goes through, that bike is like this.
Right, yeah.
So it looks like shit, but it's successful. So the wrinkled t-shirt is designed to cover the upper part of your body. It doesn't look good, but it's doing the job, right? Practice is the iron. So the more you practice that, the smoother that's going to get. I don't care if it looks like this. I care that you never put a foot down. You work through that. It's so funny how this is so relevant, just like life. Anything that you have to work through in your life builds character and makes you a stronger person. So the person that went through life on easy street and never dealt with anything, when something happens, they panic because they don't know what to do. And it's the same thing on your motorcycle. When you don't have anything to resort to, it's a panic. Everything's, But otherwise, clutch, brake. Okay, no problem. I'm good. So, all right, anyway. Remember that, guys. That's going to come back up. But remember, no matter what we do, I want a smooth stop at the end. All right, that brings us to this exercise. This is the single serpentine. Who has never practiced this? Okay, good. Cones are 15 feet apart. Now, when I first started this, and like most people, there's only a single cones going down. And I actually started with those kind of cones. But I realized, just like in exercise number 4, that's why you see 2 big cones there. I realized everybody was doing this. Because motorcycle riders don't like to turn the handlebars, so slight turns. So their bags were just going over those. And they would look back and see no cones hit. Great. No, it's not great. Because this exercise now, exercise number 4 is the first time I had you turn. We're still going to be turning, but now this is the first time I want lean. Now I want you to lean the motorcycle. So we're turning, leaning, and transitioning. That's what we're doing here. And we're going to do it like we got a pair, right? Because if we do it like this, we're losing space. Transition, transition, transition. Nothing crazy, but I need you to lean the bike, okay? Now in that exercise, I told you we weren't leaning, so I didn't want you to go fast. You need to go a little bit faster here, obviously, because I want lean. But don't go so fast that you can't turn, because we still got to turn the bars, right? We're not making slight turns, we're turning the bars. Boom. This is where we're going to start manhandling the bike and feeling comfortable leaning without going fast. Huh? It doesn't have to be a 4 o'clock. It doesn't have to be. But if you do that, that's fine.
What's your recommended speed then?
My recommended speed is, if I had to give you a speed, I'd say 10 miles per hour. But it doesn't have to be. It could be 12. It could be 8. Whatever. What we're looking for now is fluidity, right? So the other exercises that we were doing, if you were kind of doing this to the brake, that was okay. That's not going to make sense with anything else we're doing now, because now we got a little bit more speed. So when we apply the brake, we drag it. I was telling some of you guys when you were making that turn, just drag it. But you could do this over there. It makes more sense because we're going 2 miles per hour straight up. Makes more sense. Now that we're moving like this is just going to make your bike do this. Just if you're going to use it, drag it. I don't use it in this exercise. Well, I practice without it, and he's not going to use it either. This is an easier exercise to do brakeless, because I want you guys to, well, first of all, let me show you this. The angle that my bike is, that's the angle I want you to be. Now, most motorcycle riders are going to use the path of least resistance. So if I tell them I want the angle to be like that, they want to start from over here, so they can just go straight in. I don't want that. When you guys come, I'm going to move that cameras. You guys are going to come just how your bikes are. And when you get here, I want you to dip the bike into this turn. Don't lazily turn into the turn. Dip it into the turn. Come over here, guys. See how close my bike is to these cones? Now, you don't have to be that close, but I don't want you closer to these cones than you are to that. Because if that's the case, this is going to start tightening up on you quick, right? So, that's right. That's why we got to watch our speed. So, what I want you to do is I want you to start wide, and I want you to stay wide through this whole thing. So, in other words, we're not going to start trying to go back to this. That's why I added these outside cones. I want to force you to start wide and stay wide. So, I come in here, I dip this turn. What is holding turns by us? That's right. Space and time. Look at that. Holding turns by us space and time. And this is where this starts. So when I come in here and I dip the bike, I'm not going to immediately start turning back. I'm going to hold the turn a little bit. And then I'm going to transition. So now when I matter of fact, this was a mistake, but I love this mistake. Because now you know you have a parameter of how, don't go too wide, but don't be hugging the cones. If I transition here, look how much room I have. And if I hold this turn, now again, I'm closer to these cones than I am to that cone. And I'm not going to start coming out here, because if I do, now my angles are screwed up. Hold it. Transition. Look how close I am. Hold it. Transition. That's what this exercise is. Now, I don't want you straight up. If you're going too slow, you can't lean. But don't go too fast either, okay? So you gotta find, you'll find it. I find that people, when they go through first, you know, sort of second time, it gets better. We're gonna do it 3 times. Third time, usually, bam, it's coming together. What I want you guys to do, it doesn't mean shit, but when you come down, you're gonna start on this side. When you come back around, start on this side. And when you come back around, go back to this side, okay? Nothing's different, but this is what we're dealing with. You know, you never know, okay? Head and eyes straight ahead. Don't look at every cone. Just keep your head and your eyes straight ahead. Counterbalance your body, meaning keep your body straight up and down. Let the bike lean under you. Boom. Looking down there, straight down there, right? You'll see the cones. If you want to glance at the cone, that's fine, but I don't want you to be obsessed with the cones, right? And again, the goal is we're looking for fluidity. If you could find a good speed and hold that speed the whole time, boom. Now, then it's just a matter of turning the bars. Now, the good thing about holding the turns is that time that it buys you gives you more time to turn the bars. If you're trying to barely turn and you're going too fast, now everything's happening faster. No. Boom. This is like a ride in the park. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? All right, demo. And when you dip this turn, dip it. Dip it in. Dip it in. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Dip it in. Dip it in. Start wide, stay wide. Now I'm not using the brake, but if I need to, cover the brake. If I need it, just a little pressure. Ah, you get the point. Let's do it. Dave going first. Nice. And of course, Dave is brakeless. Good. Dip it in. Good. Too much speed, too much speed. Easy on that brake, easy on that brake. Keep it loaded. Yeah, see, he went a little bit too wide, but like I said, wrinkled t-shirt. Never put a foot down, I love it. Dip it in. Too much speed, too much speed. Yeah, so right there, what you saw is, I feel like something's gonna go bad. Power, power, but not just power, speed, speed. All he needed to do to correct that is clutch, but rear brake too. Not just clutch. They can't just go fast because that's why you're just running into stuff. So if those are people, curbs, a hydrant, whatever, that's not gonna end well. That's okay, that's why we're out here. Dip it in, head and eyes, straight ahead. Good. Straight ahead, you're looking at the cones. There we go. Hold those turns longer. Good. Good. Dip it in. Good. Transition. There we go. Head and eyes, straight ahead. You're good, you're looking good, looking good. Transition. Good. Very nice, man, very nice. Dip it in, Dave. Yeah. Very nice. Too much speed. Dave, one more time. Dip it in, dip it in. Clutch, clutch. That's 10. $20. Good, 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 good. All right, don't hold it too long. All right, dip it in. All right, you got to turn those bars. Turn it, turn it. Too much speed, too much speed. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, he's gonna have to work on that. So his first response when he comes in here is when that first turn is barely a turn. And the reason it's barely a turn is because it's too much speed. It's trying to go straight. So this is where we got to get comfortable. We don't have to go fast to turn these bars. In fact, you can't go too fast and turn them the way they need to be turned here. See these turns? Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Dip it in. Good. Transition. Nice. See the fluidity? Beautiful. Like I said, it's like a ride in the park. Beautiful. Excellent. And he did that brakeless, I believe. All right, last time. Nice, Dave. All those turns longer, but that's already way better than the first 2 times he went. That's what I mean, guys. For some reason, you know, the more you do this, the looser you get. And I need you to be loose, because that's how we need to be on these bikes. Slow down. Good. Good job. Watch the speed, dip it in, turn it, transition. Keep it slow. Good, transition, rear brake, too much speed. Keep it loaded, it's on the stall. All right, something's got to work on. Head and eye, straight ahead. Tall, let's go. Come on, dip it in. Oh no, he's using the brake. Doesn't matter, he's barely using it. Great job. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. Traveling Tall just showed up.
How you doing, man?
What's going on, man?
I'm over here loading the bikes up, whatever. I just wanted to say hello to you. I'll come back over here after.
Okay, 10 foreskin. All right, man. Damn, that bike looks good, man. I mean, I know it's subjective, but sometimes I look at it, I'm like, God damn. The next owner's gonna love it too. All right, well, you know, everything. The days are numbered on everything, man. Every bike. It looks beautiful now. That's why I got a wife. She's good, but the motorcycles, I could go, no, I see something better. Bye-bye. All right, guys, any questions on that? Already with you, I'm telling you, man, it just starts getting looser, you know. But what you're doing is resorting back to barely turning, right? And that's the only reason you clip that cone. Keep it wide, because what that also is doing is, I mean, this is doing a number of things, but what it's doing is it's making you comfortable turning those bars and leaning the bike without going fast. It's letting you know I don't need a whole bunch of speed to lean, because you don't.
Going too fast.
At first you were. That's why you missed it. But that last one was the best one. You clipped the comb, I don't care, because the only thing is because you went like this. You barely turned. Go ahead. 15 feet. So the dimensions to all of this stuff is in the description section of every video I put out, right? So yeah, you have to practice this. And so I you know, it's one of those things where if I ask somebody to give me 2 things, they're going to give me 1. If I ask for 3, they're going to give me 2. What I'm referring to is, if I get you to get your preload down, we finally got that. Now I move on to something where I'm telling you to concentrate on your clutch. Now you forget about the preload. And so that's what's happening to you. As you're going to ride, the bike is almost stalling because the preload's too low. So we always have to make sure those are the basics. Step 3, preload and keep that thing loaded. Anything you're doing, I want you listening to the engine, because that's going to tell you whether it's too high or too low. I can hear it about not being on your bike, but the good thing about the older style Harley-Davidsons, I can see it too. That horn, it's like this. That's when I know your RPMs are too low, because at idle, this is what your horn is doing. As soon as you roll on the throttle, it goes like that, right? So,
How much RPM you recommend?
2,000. Actually, it could even be a little bit higher than that. I'm talking about on the preload.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, because it's going to go down as soon as you open your clutch anyway. That's why we don't want to start low, because then when it drops, it stalls. I know you know that.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out so I can get used to the sound.
Exactly.
Not having to constantly look down.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of the times when I'm telling people, like, that happened in exercise number 3. Wow, what a coincidence. I said, preload, give me more. Give me more. And whenever I say give me more, you go, there you go, Rob. There you go. You give it to me like I'm charging you for it. I'm like, no, because I know in your mind it sounds like it's too high.
Right.
But just like I said, you're going to get an eye for this. You're going to get an ear for it too, to hear what is normal. That your bike idles like this. If it's on an EKG machine, it's like this. I want a flat line. So that means you have to preload the throttle and keep it there to give me a flat line on these kind of motorcycles. If this is a BMW or a Goldwing, they idle, it's already a flat line. They still got to preload. And they still got to keep it loaded. Because that's the other thing. These bikes, at least they'll warn you before they stall. Those bikes, it seems like they just go, if you don't know that, yeah, that's what they do. These, I can, yeah, preload. Okay? All right. But yeah, I want definitely practice that. But like I always tell people, if you struggled with the other ones, forget about that. Practice those first. It's going to make this more, it's going to make it easier to get, right? And quite frankly, this exercise, I'm pointing at the wrong one. That exercise, if you struggle doing it, you're a dangerous rider. Because right now, we're doing this in a controlled environment. If anything that we're doing out here, you have to do it in a moment of stress. You really think you're going to do it well? No, you're not. You're going to do it worse than what you normally would. And so that's why we just have to keep practicing and practicing. Because when you have muscle memory, the goal is for you not to have to think about shit. You see it, you do it. And what you do is not just, I hope I don't hit it, I hope I don't hit it, you know, or it breaks, no. And so what you would do the first time you went, is when you felt, oh crap, really all you had to do was clutch, give me some friction zone, and rear brake. But you did what most motorcycle riders do, speed. And that's why you go right through the cones, right? That's okay. That's okay, because like I said, over time you'll realize speed is not the answer there. We just need more power, lean the bike, turn those bars, okay? All right, this is exercise number 6. This is the infamous U-turn. Who's unfamiliar with the infamous U-turn? Oh, okay. All right, this is 27 feet, guys. Between those cones is 18 feet. That's excessive, it's not necessary. Don't worry about it if you're not doing that. That's what Dave's gonna be. And Dave's gonna be doing it brakeless. Okay, so guys, the key to this is 27 feet, but I really want 24 from you, right? 24 is the width of a country road. But if I want 24 and you give me 25, I love it. If you're wider than 27, I don't care. We'll talk about why you're wide. But I'm gonna let you know it's speed. Well, that's one of the things. So when you guys were going in there, I told you I want you to dip that first turn. And I wanted you to dip it because you got to dip them all. So you may as well start out doing it the right way. But also, I need you to get comfortable dipping the bike, because that's what we're going to be doing here. And this is the main reason people's turns are so wide, is because when I tell them commit to the handlebar turn and the lean right away, but they're not comfortable, so they go head and eyes handlebars, and they wait until they get up here, and then they look and say, oh man, I'm not going to make it. Now they turn and now they lean. By then they've lost a ton of space. So when I say commit right away, when you turn your head and your eyes, as soon as you turn your head and your eyes, when you turn your handlebars, turn them and lean right away. If you do it right away, you don't have to do it a lot. Remember, I talked to you earlier about we only do stuff big when we wait too long to do it. So, head and eyes, handlebars, commit, and hold the turn. Hold it. If you're going to use the brake, drag it. Definitely don't do this. Because if you're in this lean, that's when people drop the bike. And it's not because this drops it. It's this, when it does that, you don't like the way it feels, and you yank the clutch in. All right? So, when you guys are coming in here, that's when it's time to determine clutch. I like the way it is. I'm sorry, first preload. And I'm glad what you said. Look down at it and then preload it. And then look away. I want you to get accustomed to what 2000 sounds like. All right? So I got my preload. I like the way it is. I'm listening to it. I'm going to keep that there. Keep it loaded. Where am I at in the friction zone? If I like the speed I'm going, boom. If I'm going to use the rear brake, I'm going to start applying it before I even make the turn. That way I don't have to be changing anything in the middle of it. So once I get all that together, boom. Now all I got to do is turn my head and eyes, handlebars, and hold it. I don't have to change anything. Just hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Boom. Now when you come out of your U-turn, guys, I want you facing straight. I don't want you facing like this or like this. Hold the turn. Okay? Are we going to do this 3 times left? 3 times right. Second time we go through, maybe the 3rd time, I don't know. I'm going to have you come to a smooth stop. I'll be standing there. Smooth stop. And if you see me doing this, I was doing this in Chicago, and it actually worked. If people know I'm looking at that front suspension and I don't want it to dive, they were all smooth. It was amazing. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm letting you know. And then you're going to make a U-turn from a stop. You can go straight first and do it, unless your name's Dave. Dave's going to be doing a drop and catch, meaning I'm going to have him turn his handlebars. I'm going to stand right in front of him, so he can't go straight. He's going to have to just drop the bike and catch it. You can use the brake for that one. No brake. And then lastly, I'm going to have you guys stop, make the turn, smooth stop. And then we'll do the same thing right. Demo. All right, I like this speed. I like where my clutch is. I'm on the brake, head and eyes, commit, and hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Boom. Smooth stop, friction brake, 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 brake. Head and eyes, commit, hold it. See, it's nothing crazy. I'm not doing anything crazy. Nothing is scraping because it's not necessary. Then we're going to do a stop, turn, stop. Head and eyes. Move, stop. All right, we good? Let's do it. All right, next time stay in here. Don't go past these cones. Kickstand. Good. Head and eyes, commit. Going too slow. Yeah, if you go slow, you can't lean. And he's looking at the ground. Good job, man. Good job. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. I don't hear it. Good. Head and eyes on me. Easy on that brake. You're going too slow. You can't lean going that slow. See, road glide. He ain't see that cone. Head and eyes. Look over your shoulder. Good job, man. Good job. That nice? Good job. Same thing. Stay at that speed. Head and eyes, drag the brake. Turn it, turn it. You gotta turn those boards. And get those head and eyes up. Straight through, straight through. Head and eyes, commit. Clutch, 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 clutch. Woo! Nice. Straight through, straight through. Head and eyes, commit. Turn those boards, rear brake. Yeah, you got to turn the boards. Straight through. Good. Head and eyes, look at my camera. Turn around, look at it. My camera's over there. There you go. Come out straight, come out straight. Straight through. Head and eyes on my camera. You had it, man. That's 10. Woo! Beautiful. All right, no break. Drop and catch. Nice, Dave. Straight through. Straight through. Stay at that speed. Drag the... All right, so you're slowing down too much. And look where you're looking. Easy, easy. That was fancy. But you know what's funny? So here's what's going to change for you too. Your bike's actually... It was dragging on that center stand.
Right.
See, a lot of things we put on the bike is before we actually know how to ride it. Now, once you learn, that's like, damn, taking away your lean angle. It's getting better. That time you didn't slow down a lot, so that's good. But when you're turning, you're like this.
Yeah.
Look over there. Go this way. Rear brake. Good. Clutch, clutch, rear brake. Easy on the brake. Yeah, so that's where 2 to 1 comes in too, or 2 rear brake.
I think I was using too much brake on that one.
Well, yeah, you were, but it only dropped because pull a clutch in.
Right.
Yeah. That's how we make a turn without going straight. Rear brake at the same time, nice and easy. Good. Preload, clutch, and be on the brake, nice and easy. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Easy, easy. Good. Friction brake, friction brake, friction brake. Nope, diving. All right, straight through, man. Good, head nice. Keep it low. Wow, easy, easy. Yeah, man, it's the wrinkled t-shirt, but it's happening. Straight through. Stay at that speed, stay at that speed. Rear brake, drag it. Turn, turn, turn. All right. Smooth stop. Woo! Beautiful. All right, straight through. Head nice. Good job, good job. Smooth stop. All right, straight through. Looking good, man. Good job, good job. Smooth stop. Ah! All right, smooth stop over here. You can use the brake, of course. All right, right turn's next. Good job. Good. Friction brake, 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 brake. Money. Smooth stop on this side. Reload. Head nice, commit. Keep it loaded. Easy on that brake. Yeah, you are killing that brake, man. All right, right turns next. All right, you can make up for it over here. Huh? Make up for it over here. Smooth stop, please. Keep it loaded. Good. Friction brake, 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 brake. Yeah, see, too much speed. You got to start slowing down earlier. That's all that is. Right turns next. Good job. Good. Head and eyes on me. Come to me. Turn those bars. Turn them. Turn them. Turn them. Yeah. Too slow now. Now you can't lean. Smooth stop over here. Good job, man. Head and eyes up. Head and eyes up. Clutch, 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 clutch. All right. They can't all be winners, man. Right turns next. Woo! All right. Straight through. Smooth stop over here. Head nice. Good. Brake, 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 brake. Smooth stop. Friction brake, clutch, 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 clutch. Ah. Right turns next. No brake, no brake. Nice, Dave. Good, head nice on me. Come in. Clutch, good, hold the turn. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Rear brake. Yeah, you like rights better than lefts. Big time. Good, head nice on me. Good. Keep the speed up, don't slow down. Good job, man. Keep the speed up, keep the speed up. Head and eyes, commit. Keep the speed up, keep the speed up. Easy on that brake. Hold that turn, hold that turn, hold the turn. Yeah, you like rights better than lefts. Definitely. Beautifully done. Good. Head nice on me. On me. I'm over here. There we go. Stop looking at the ground. Eyes up, man. Good job, man. Good job. Yeah. It don't look like it. Head nice on me. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. There we go. See, I don't want you to swoop through it. I want the friction zone to pull you through it. Straight through, Dave. Straight through. Same thing. Nice, Dave. Beautifully done. Good. Stay at that speed. Don't slow down. Commit. Easy. Hold the turn. Rear brake. Rear brake. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good. Very good, man. Very good. And I see him using minimal brake. He's on it, off it, but he's not even resting his foot on it to make sure he doesn't overuse it. Good, 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 good. Head and eyes, commit. Rear brake. Just drag it. Drag it. Drag it. Drag it. All right. Good. Head and eyes on me. Here I am. Yeah, I know. I want your eyes up, though, man. Here I am. Yeah, see, you just coasted. You're just coasting through. I don't want that. Friction zone pulling you through. All right. No brake. Throw and catch. Nice, Dave. Oh my God, beautiful.
That's the best one I've ever done.
Man, beautiful. It didn't move at all. All right, U-turn, man. Easy on that brake.
I'm not looking forward to this one.
Nothing's different, man. Nothing's different. Good. Preload. Clutch. 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 Open it up. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. There you go. Beautiful. He said, I'm not looking forward to this one. Remember, you can go straight, guys. You don't have to do what Dave is doing, which is kind of just going right into it. All right, we're going to get what... All right, man, U-turn. You're looking good, man. And nice. Good job. Straight through. Good, I like that speed, I like that speed. Head and eyes, turn. Chuck that elbow in, good, clutch. Rear brake, rear brake. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Every time I sit here, you stop all the way over there.
I'll try to work it out.
Nah, you're good, you're good. All right, straight through, head and eyes on me, not the ground. Head and eyes up, good, I'm right here. Good, hold that turn. Beautiful, man. Your right turns are just fine, man. Just fine. Beautiful. Straight through. That nice? There we go. There we go. And it's tighter now too. Woo! Smooth stop over here. You can use the brake. Go and catch. Nice, nice. See that, guys? Oh well. First world problems. Take a break. When he went into it, it was smooth. It looked beautiful. He just couldn't get out of it. Very nice, man. Give me another one over here. Bye, George. I think he's got it. Clutch, clutch, clutch. So I meant to tell you, you don't have to go right into the U-turn like David's doing. You can go straight first. Why did it drop?
Too much brake, not enough speed.
No, you just pull the clutch in. Remember, well, it was a lot of brake, but it's really a clutch. I tell you, the last time you went, you were like, I'm not looking forward to this. Don't talk yourself out of it, man. Now, you going for this? You want to back up and try it again? Yeah, back up, try it again. So, guys, I can see his bike's lowered, and he's got a center stand on it, so I don't know if he's got air suspension on it. I'm going to ask him. Yeah, go straight first a little bit. Clutch, clutch. All right, keep the clutch open. Drag the brake. Hold the turn. Brake, brake, brake. Clutch, clutch. Look, good recovery. Where's my stop? Give me a stop over here. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Good job, man. Take a break. First time you put your foot down. That's excellent. Straight through. Good. Speed. Good. Commit. Tuck that elbow. Pull it in. Brake. Just drag it. Come to a smooth stop. Friction brake, friction brake, friction brake. Yeah, you definitely like rights better than left here. It's not even a question. Take a break, man. And that's amazing, man, because the left turns, he's got the rigor mortis of the arms. Barely, it's like, Smooth stop. All right, man. Another one over here. That was good. Head nice on me. Good, 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 good. Start straightening out. Friction brake, friction brake. All right, take a break, man. Good job. Friction brake, friction brake. All right, make a for it over here. I want a smooth one. Good. Stay in the friction zone. Drag the brake. Head nice. Turn those bars. Good, good, good. Keep it loaded. Straighten out. Friction brake, 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 brake. Good job, brother. Take a break, man. That's 10. And he's been accountable. He's been doing his push-ups off camera. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 7, the figure 8. It's going to be right here. Just got to move some cones around. So when George was making his turn, the first time he dropped his bike, I noticed that center stand is dragging the ground before anything else. And I told him, knowing how to actually ride these bikes changes so many things. A, it's going to cost you some money because sometimes people's bars are way too low. They don't realize it because they've just been turning like this. But in his case with that center stand, it's taking away his lean angle, right? Where usually he would never turn like that. But now as soon as you go doing that, he already said that thing's coming off today maybe, right? So I love to see that and I love to hear that. You guys look pretty good in the U-turn. Tell me your name again? Ed. Yeah, Ed loves right turns. Left turns, not so much, right? But I call it rigor mortis of the arms. When he goes to turn left, his brain is saying do it, but he's like, no, I don't like it. It's just a matter of getting comfortable and knowing that, again, that's that feeling, right? That's why we got to do those first things and get comfortable with it. Then that'll be way easier because you'll already know. And the trust and believe is happening multiple times. Multiple times. I love seeing corrections in real time. Again, I don't care if it doesn't look smooth now. All I care is that you have the presence of mind to do it and not put your foot out, right? And you're the most accountable guy today, man. He's done like 90 push-ups already. All right. Any questions about any of that? And I know you were telling me, yeah, I'm telling him head and eyes, I'm right here. It's like, screw you, Rob. I like this right here. I'm going to look right here.
Well, see, it's a forced habit.
I know.
So what I do, I look at where I want it to be. Once I get there, I look a little more. I work my way around.
I don't have a problem with you doing that as long as your eyes are up. But you're looking at the ground. And so whatever you do here, I know you're doing out there. That's why I'm going to harp on that. U-turns are more important than anything else because if you just take a quick glance, check your mirror, oh, everything's clear. And then you go to this shit, stuff happens fast. Yeah. And next thing you know, it's too late. So when I said head and eyes, look at me, I'm just trying to get you to do this. Yeah, exactly. Right? Because then you see everything. Okay. Nothing crazy. Now, if you have limitations with your neck, I've had people like that, then I tell them, you turn as much as you can because as you go, you can keep looking, turn your eyes, That's why it's called head and eyes. But I know you're comfortable. Remember at the beginning, I said we got to step outside of our comfort zone. All right. Figure 8, who's never practiced it? Okay. I don't recommend you try this because it's not going to happen. All this is 2 U-turns with a transition in the middle, right? Same width, 27 feet, but now the length is relevant. 46 feet, plenty. That's the entrance. That's the exit. We're doing 2 figure 8s. So now, wheel placement is key. Come over here, guys. When you guys come in here, I'm going to be standing right here, holding the camera. I want your wheel right, or in the vicinity. Doesn't have to be there exactly. Now, again, if you ride a road glide, and I tell you put your wheel right here, and then turn, you're probably going to turn here. And you'll pass a polygraph test saying my wheel was right there. Right? But again, that's the dating process. Now we're going to start paying more attention to wheel placement because it's important for the rest of the exercises. Boom. Head and eyes. Look at that green cone. And when you make this turn, guys, go all the way to the top. The reason I'm telling you to come all the way over here is because whatever you give up here, you're going to have to make it up over there. But even if this is a ton of space for you, like Dave, this is a ton of space for Dave, I still want you right here because we're practicing wheel placement. Now, it doesn't have to be right there. If you want to be a little further back so you don't have to make as much of a tight turn, put your wheel here. It's fine. But just make sure when you turn, you go to the top because whatever space you give up here, you're going to have to make it up down there. Come all the way to the top. You're still looking at that cone, allegedly. As soon as you get to the 12 o'clock spot, look at that cone. That's where you're going. That's where all your transitions are. What does holding turns buy you? Space and time. That's right. Hold this turn. Hold it. Don't start coming out. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. When you transition, you should be facing that way. You do that, now you got a ton of space for the next turn. You cut it, now you got less space. Less space is not an issue if you don't have a problem leaning the motorcycle and turning the bars. But again, I don't want you to do anything unnecessarily, whatever, right? Just hold those turns nice and long, nice and long. Transition. Now when you transition, make sure you don't transition late, because then you're gonna go past the line, and don't transition early, because now you're way off the line, okay? That's all this is. We do it twice, and then you hear a ka-ching. Well, you won't hear it here, I'm gonna put it in the video. You get a ka-ching if you do this successfully. You don't put a foot down, you don't hit a cone. You enter and exit in the appropriate spot. Okay, Dave, you're doing it brakeless. Yeah, I'm gonna demo it. 2 times. If you do it once and it was great, no ka-ching. You gotta do it twice. Placement, placement. Come all the way to the top. Hold this turn. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. All the way to the bottom. Hold it. Hold it. Boom. Second time I tightened it up. What did I change?
I noticed you scooted over on the seat.
That's one thing. I only do that because that helped me with my right turns. My right turns used to be terrible. I started counterbalance, more lean.
Brake. More brake.
Nope. More handlebar turn. My speed stayed exactly the same. So all I did was lean more, turn the handlebars more. So what I'm trying to show you guys, and you know, if you have an issue leaning the bike, that's why I like this bike. I don't usually practice on this. I'm gonna make some U-turns. I want you to look at the screen, see how fast I'm going. How fast? 8, 7, and 8. It's going up and down. So when you guys were making your U-turns, you're going much faster than that. So I'm talking to you about that to let you know, don't feel hesitant to lean that bike over if you're going 10 miles per hour. It's not gonna fall as long as the power stays there. If I'm going 7, 8 miles per hour and I'm at the extreme lean, I'm dragging the ground and it's still not falling, trust me, you're fine, okay? All right, let's do it. Dave is doing this brakeless. Beautiful, Dave. We're gonna do it again. Do it again. All the way to the top. All right, you're early, really early. Yeah, he doesn't need all the space, so he's good. Excellent, excellent. All the way to the top. Man, early, early. That was cool.
Yeah.
And see where your bike is? See all that space you gave up? Make sure you come all the way to the top. That way you don't have to do anything extreme. All the way to the top. Good. Head and eyes over your shoulder. Find me, come to me. I'm over here. Good, good, good. Transition. Find me again. Here I am. Good, good, good. Beautiful, man, beautiful. All the way to the top. Good. Thanks, boy. Head knives on me. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Rear brake, baby, that's all you need right there, rear brake. Beautifully done, beautifully done. All right, he's early on both sides, but he doesn't need all of the space. I did tell him that I want them to practice wheel placement. Tap performance on this bike, 50 caliber. Good job, brother. He said, F yeah. Easy on that brake. Yeah, this is freaking you out for some reason. And you know what? Your right turns are better than your lefts. And the first turn is a left turn. Excellent, man, excellent. Yeah, baby. Rear brake, rear brake. There we go. That's all you needed the last time. All right, look for the exit. Look for the exit. Go to it. There you go, baby. Woo! All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. Not bad at all in here. Any questions on that figure 8? That wasn't bad at all. You're just getting in your head. That's all that's happening. As soon as you go to make that turn, clutch in. Figure 8. Actually, you look very comfortable. I don't know what you were doing that first one. You just gave up. All you had to do was give brake. You were good, right? You, excellent. Excellent. Now I know he's a damn coach. Yeah. All right. This is exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. Who's never practiced this? Okay. So usually I have my bike here, but what you guys having your bike here is good. If you don't know what you're looking at, there's 7 gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the? Well, somebody hit a cone over there. 6, 7. Now the key to this, guys, is you should never, your handlebar should never be straight in here. So when you come in, I want you coming in at this angle. As soon as you pass these cones, dip the bike. Sound familiar? That was exercise number 5. And when you dip it, hold that turn. Hold it. Because we're not going straight to the gate. If you go straight to that gate, you're going to be past that gate unless you really lean the bike. But this is about being fluid, and I want you to hold turns and lean the bike. That's what this is all about. Come in, dip the bike, hold it, hold it. I know I'm going to tell you to hold it, and this is what you're going to do. There you go, Rob. No. Hold it. I want you to be all the way out here. Head and eyes, transition. Now you got a ton of space to make this turn. Favor the green cone. That's going to maximize your space. So now look at this angle versus if you came straight to it and you're like this. So when you get here, what are you looking at? No, the gate you came from, because we got to hold that turn. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Head and eyes, transition. Wow, look at all that space I gave myself by holding that turn. Favor the green cone. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Where I came from. Hold it. Don't come out. Hold it, hold it. When I transition, I'm facing that almost. Boom. And when you transition like you got a pair. If you transition slow, you're losing space. Okay? Questions? Same thing. Now, I notice when you're making your U-turns, you're leaning with your bike. Counterbalance. We lean with the bike at speed. We counterbalance at slower speeds. Makes it a little bit easier. It's not going to change anything. The bike's still going to turn. Right? Okay. Dip it in. Hold it. Transition. Head nine. Hold it. Hold it. Coming back, that's me going right to the gates. We're not coming back. You're gonna go through, come around. Actually, after you go through, Dave, we're gonna go over there. Okay, any questions? All right, let's do it. All right, no break for Dave. Whoa. Nice, Dave. All right, I just found out that this guy is a rider coach. He just got certified. I said, he think he's slick. He let me know in exercise number 8. He would have been getting different treatment if I knew that. Easy on that brake. And a different treatment is just a little more challenge, that's all. If he's ready for it. Nobody's getting pushed out here. I don't care what level they're at. Do what you're comfortable doing. Excellent, excellent. Dip it in. All right, your angles are off. All right, shut it down, shut it down. Dip it in. Good, there we go, nice dip. Head nice, good. Look at that gate you came from. Transition, nice. Head nice over here, over here. There we go. Good job, man, good job. Dip it in. That's right, watch that speed. Don't dab at it, just drag it. Good. Keep it turned, keep it turned. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Need a throttle blipper. Yes, sir. All right. And that's why I don't like throttle blipping, because sometimes depending on where your clutch is, it's going to make your bike, kind of jump forward, and that's what's happening there. Plus, he's messing with the brake and all kind of stuff. Anyway, all right, guys, last numbered exercise number 9, Abominable Snowman. And it's going to be Abominable just because of Dave. Let's do it. All right, any questions on that exercise, guys? If you're saying to yourself, damn it, I wanted to do it again and again, I'm never going to make you or ask you to keep doing exercise number 8 over and over. Because again, if you're not getting that, it's because you're not getting the stuff before it easily. Okay? So don't worry about that. So when it's time for you to practice, please don't say, let me go out there and jump on that. Jump on those other things first. Just stop. Make sure they're smooth. because it's doing more than just giving you a smooth stop. You're one with the bike, right? You have to be, as long as you're going slow enough. Okay, but other than that, that was good. He's just letting me know all the stuff that he couldn't do last year, that now he's knocking it out. I love that, man. Love it. All right, this is the last numbered exercise, guys. Abominable Snowman. Who's never done it? Okay, pretty much everybody.
I got this one and this.
So you saying today you're going to 22 feet?
I'm going all the way.
All the way, all right.
There we go.
All right, so if you don't know what you're looking at, this is 4 circles. I'm standing in 27 feet. The green cones just separate the circles. 27, 25, 22, 18. I would love clean runs here. I like this exercise because usually it's something for everybody. If this is your neighborhood, if this is where you live, then this is where you should stay. This is the entrance and the exit. So when you come in here, I told you guys in the exercise number 7, the figure 8, we were going to practice wheel placement. Most of you said, screw you, Rob, I don't need all this space. But you got to practice that wheel placement because now it's very relevant. This is the placement. When you come in, every circle has a side cone. 2 side cones, every circle. So I want your wheel between that cone and this cone. Placement, anywhere in here. Then I want you to hug these cones to the top. Don't start turning from here because whatever you give up here, you're going to have to make it up there. This is a circle now. Circle's tighter than a box. Placement, hug them. Now, commit. Hold the turn. Sounds familiar, right? Just hold the turn. If this is all you want to do, you can go right out, or you can make 2 revolutions and go right out. But if you go, nah, Rob, I'm moving to this neighborhood, 25 feet. When you come this way, come through these cones, same thing. That's the side cone. Placement. Hug them to the top. And then commit. If that's all you're going to do, go back in here and go out. If you want to keep going, the rules. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm asking you for placement right here. If you don't give me that, you really think you're going to do it up there? No, it's going to get tighter. So trust me. Placement, hug them, commit. Okay? Questions? Demo. So I already got my placement. Hug them, commit. Hold the turn, hold the turn. All the way to the top, commit. Make sure your RPMs are steady. Keep it loaded. So on and so forth. All right, let's do it. Good correction. 2 revolutions at the top, 2 revolutions. He's early, but he leans a lot, so he's good. Nope, see, he hit that cone. Only because he's early again. Nice. Good job. Good. Yeah, you just said screw it. Ah, you're really early, really early.
I ain't comfortable with the 8 feet.
Good. Good, don't worry about that. Clean runs, all the way to the left, all the way to the left. Good, all the way to the top, go around. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Clean runs. Good job, man. Just keep that clutch in one spot and drag the brake. Keep it loaded. Yeah, you were looking right at it. That's why that happened, man. All right, we got the coach going again. He said, I ain't going out like that. Oh yeah, because he said he was going up to 18. And I think that happened in 22. All the way over, all the way over. To the top, commit. Lean it over, lean it over, lean it over. You ain't ready for that next one. Not yet, man, not yet. All right, guys, it's bonus time. To lean or not to lean. Let's do it. Alrighty then. I give it to you, man. You went for it. Even though in 22, I told you do it. It's not happening. And the only thing is, the placement, way off. Yeah. So, once you do that, then it's like, then you're really trying to lean the crap out of that bike. Dave, same thing. Your placement was a little off. Yep. And so that's why he just clipped the cone, but he's leaning the crap out of the bike too. So, All right. This is the last exercise, guys. It's a bonus exercise. It's called to lean or not to lean. Who's unfamiliar with it? Okay. Now this exercise, I usually don't give any advice, except to say, everything that we've done today, apply it here. And if you have highway pegs, fold them in. 7 cones. The most you can get is 6. They're 10 feet apart. So you have to decide when you go through this pattern, are you going to do it with the bike straight up? Or are you going to do it leaning? Or both? So we do this one time. And I don't think I'm counting Dave. I'm not counting the coach. Well, we'll see. We'll get an honorable mention. Whoever goes through it and doesn't hit a cone, doesn't put a foot down, whoever gets the most cones, you got it. Right? And I'm going to be walking behind you with a handheld camera. 1 cone. 2 cone. I'm giving you the first cone, just don't hit it. People have hit it. When I say hit it, I'm not talking about clipped it. Square. Because they're looking right at it, It's, and again, you might be doing it straight, and see you're not going to make that last cone unless you add something. And what is that adding? Lean. That means you're going to have to do a drop catch and then catch it. Okay? All right. Questions? Demo. To lean, let's do it. One cone, 2 cones, 3 cones, a little wide there, Dave. 4 cones, woo! 4 cones, too wide, Dave, too wide. One cone, 2 cones. 2 cones! No, that ain't gonna work. 1 cone, 2 cones. 2 cones! I knew that wasn't gonna work. All you gotta do is be 4 cones and you got it.
4 cones?
No pressure.
No pressure. Which one can I start? Either way?
Yeah.
Start this way?
Yeah. Cone, 2 cones, 3 cones, 4 cones, 5 cones. Ah! 5 cones. He still got it. He got it. All right, guys. Exit interviews. Exit interviews. How you feel?
Good.
Do you remember what you rated yourself when you first came out?
I did 5.
Any change in that number?
Yes.
Okay.
Overestimated it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But I didn't have anything to gauge it by.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I would say is more confidence in building myself and know what I need to work on.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So, more trust in myself to get to the bike, because there's sometimes I caught myself and I knew I didn't need to, but it was bad habit.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep. And this is day one.
Right.
Day one. Pleasure to
you.
meet you, brother.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, man. How you feeling?
Good.
What'd you rate yourself when you first came out here?
2.
Any change in that number? Don't sandbag.
Maybe a 2.5.
Oh, hell no.
Yes.
No.
I got a long way to go.
I respectfully disagree. It's too low.
Thank you.
Too low. And here's what I'm going to say. Exercise number 4. 2.5s don't do that. I'll leave it at that. I tell you, that's my highest failure rate, that exercise. So
Thank you.
highly disagree. Pleasure to meet you, man.
Thank you.
2.5. Guys, you let me know what you think. I'm saying 2.5, my ass. All right.
You're hardest on yourself.
That's true, but that's just, no. I've been looking at too many people to know that's way too low. 2.5? No. How you feeling, man?
I'm pretty good.
Good. You remember what you rated yourself when you first came
Oh,
out?
0.
Okay, good. Now I know. Let me not, I don't want to, any change in that number?
Maybe a little, not
Okay.
much.
Okay. Guys, I want you to know that when I ask you if there's any change, I'm not looking for, it's not about me. I just want you to be able to really assess yourself and then go from there. Okay?
So you
Okay.
said not
So,
much.
but what's not much?
Well, I'm not going to change my number, not much. Maybe to 1.
Oh, no.
There's some things I did better than I thought I would.
Yeah. Your
But-
stops started coming together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
started getting better.
Yeah.
The right-hand U-turn was way better than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm. It really was.
Yeah.
That left, and then you got into your head.
Yeah.
Every time it was something left,
Yep.
right? That's okay because, listen, I lived that, but mine were the right turns. Once you get trust and believe, actually, and you did trust and believe, well, you finally got that.
Yeah.
But you got to keep doing that. Keep feeling, getting that feeling, and knowing what to do. Pleasure to meet you, man.
That's
Damn,
good.
you had a Pepsi when we first started, too. That better not be the same bottle.
No. The second one.
Dick, tell me your name again, man. Matt. So Matt wants to thank you because you clearly threw that. I have never seen Dave go that wide into lean or not to lean. But all right. He said, thanks, Dave.
Honestly, I was just trying to top Andy's trust and believe.
What were you doing, it brakeless?
No, I'm talking about where we
Oh.
over and
Well, he did. That was when he was doing it brakeless, though.
yep.
Oh, okay. All right. You remember what you rated yourself when you first came out? 7.8?
7.8, yeah.
Any change in that?
I'll stay right there.
Always a pleasure, man.
Always.
7.8. The hell out of here. This guy told me he was a coach at exercise 8. That's some sneaky shit right there.
Heck yeah.
How you feeling, man?
Good.
What'd you rate yourself when you first came out here?
I didn't. I slipped through it.
Ah, you slipped through it. Okay. Oh, one of the. All right.
So I was going to do like a 2.5, 3. But
All right. What is it now?
I think it's about a 4.5.
No. Respectfully disagree.
Well, my stops.
Okay.
are
Yeah.
horrible,
Okay.
Right?
They're horrible. They're
And,
not horrible.
A little too hard on the brake.
Yeah, you are. So just like with this buddy, I took the brake away from him, and right turns, left turns from a stop. Boom. Problem solved. Because I mean, he's a brake abuser. When people abuse brakes, I take it away. It's not punitive. I just want to get you to have more clutch control. Remember, clutch reigns supreme. So the brake is just to give us a little assist, not a whole bunch. Okay?
But once I rein in the brake, I think I'll be. Because
Yeah.
towards the end of that, I started to just lightly. There's a few times I grabbed it.
Mhm.
I started having.
You
a
are
little
the
better
wrinkled
control.
T-shirt all day, man. That bike is all over the place, but it doesn't matter. You make it happen.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Hey.
Next year, maybe?
Yes.
18 feet? Yeah, we'll see.
Heck yeah. Hey.
Come on up.
Yeah.
Anytime a bride stays out here for the entire practice session, no, we got to get her on the camera. I love the support.
I appreciate
Or a husband. Doesn't matter because that's just awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
So you guys were tardy for the party, so we never got to interview you.
Right.
What's your name?
I'm Matt Savoy from Clements, Maryland.
I'm
And-
Kim Savoy.
You're Kim Savoy. Okay.
Yep.
How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
3 years.
What are you riding today?
22 Road Glide Special.
How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
No.
Never get the.
I never.
We actually
Never.
practiced yesterday. We were stuck in Knoxville
Well,
traffic
I mean,
for an
other
hour.
than real situations, but never
In cones.
Nothing. Yeah.
Guys, so this is what I'm talking about. Where I see a guy like this will piss you off because I mean he did great out there and never practiced and been riding 3 years.
3 years.
Okay. How long have? I'm sorry. If you had to give yourself a rating of 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, what would you give yourself?
Well, coming into this, I would have said 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna change it to like a 4.5. I still need to work on
It's too low, man.
that trust and believe.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's too low, man. You know, it's a lot of sandbagging going on out here today. However, I love that, man. You're probably every time I come to Tennessee, somebody punks me. Practice session number 25. That's the first time I was here. That was Mario. Yeah. Mario was a motor officer and didn't tell me and rated himself a 6. Okay. He was FOS and so are you. Pleasure to meet you.
Same here.
And you two, dear, for hanging with him all the time, recording. That's just great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, listen, that's going to do it for practice session number 135. We had a smaller group today, so we were able to finish a little bit earlier. So I want to thank everybody that came out here. I want to thank them all for helping with the cones and stuff like that. It's crazy out here. It's only 80 degrees and it feels like it's 90 degrees. It's just, I don't get it.
Welcome to Tennessee.
But yeah, I mean, I'm from South Georgia. It's hot and humid there too, but whatever.
I like Tennessee.
Anyway, I want to thank all of them, the preloaders and the V.I.Preloaders. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video. Trust me, share this video with people that you know that ride motorcycles because everybody needs this. I don't care who they are. Everybody needs this, all right? We have to practice. We have to understand why we're practicing. It's not just to look cool. It looks cool because so many people can't do it, but we want to be confident. A confident rider is a safe rider. I used to say that in my videos a long time ago, but it's just true. It just is, guys, all right? I want to thank Bootlegger Harley-Davidson again for once again allowing us to use their range for a practice session. I appreciate them, and I'll be back here, guys, all right? As always, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have, less time complaining about the things that you don't. Seat time does not equal practice time, guys. If you have time to ride your motorcycles, you have time to practice on them. That's not my opinion. Until next time.